Like without Twitter, how would you know the things about like AI that people know about? It just no one would talk about it. AI would just creep into our lives, and we'd be like, "Where the fuck did this come from? What is this thing?" Like, it's cool, but you know, just not a great place for people to hang out. So it's like an information hub that has been turned into a poisoned well. It's like
we just have to sign up for Drill's mailing list.
That's not even a real person.
Welcome back.
Like that's
Drill sends you postcards.
Yes.
I'm going to start streaming just so people know.
It'd be like, I had a funny thought. Here you go.
And you get it like a week later, so it has no context relevant or anything like that.
So it's a Drill tweet, yeah.
Yeah. I feel like those are only ever topical every 5 years or something. Like, so there's like something will happen a decade later after that tweet, and you go like, oh, that funny man said that thing.
He's just predicting the future like the Onion.
Yeah, it's kind of like the Simpsons thing where it's like, oh, the Simpsons did that. It's like, sure, whatever. Nice.
Open world.
Gaping world.
Ooh.
The agape world.
Agape world.
The world is agape. Okay. Loading in. Me in to the world. Oh. Stuck there.
Oh, right. We were at the bottom of the weird hole that you can't die in, and looks except when you die in it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep.
Exactly what you said.
And we very carefully didn't end the world in chaos.
Unless.
Or did.
Unless.
Where do we want to go?
I don't know.
Do we want to do more stuff in the capital, or start moving past that to get that weird whip for Keith?
We have done everything we absolutely need to do. We do need to get the Golden Order Principia from the Erdtree Sanctuary. So I'm going to go up there and do that. That will give us regression so that we can do the regression puzzle.
Cool.
I thought my
Where is that
controller
on the
was
map?
broken, but actually this room just doesn't let you fight.
Erdtree Sanctuary is the room where we fought Godfrey. It's slightly... Godfrey's ghost, I should say. It is slightly to the right of the capital.
Got it.
It's like in the glow of the tree.
Yeah.
But not the one that's actually off in the middle of it.
And the thingy, the book we're looking for, is in a chair hanging above. I don't remember how to get to it. But we gotta go up.
Climb, my pretties. Climb and be amazed at how up you are now.
And this will also allow us to progress Gold Mask's quest.
Oh yeah, there that is.
Things like that.
Did I ever get this?
There.
Let's see.
You probably didn't, unless do you remember if you solved the regression puzzle?
I don't think
the
I
statue?
knew about it.
Then you probably didn't get it. There we go. Golden Order Principia, and we're gonna want to give that to Corin and Gold Mask.
Holy
Platforming's
moly.
hard.
Wow, that was a bad stop. Okay.
And the Erdtree bow is up here, so that's a bow for faith people. Like me and Ka.
Yeah.
Celestial Dew.
Tiny girl.
Kick that ladder down.
I don't think I'm doing it right.
I will guide you.
I was trying to just jump on the railing and then jump on the root.
No,
Yes,
you go outside.
I cannot get myself to stand on the railing. Womp
You go
womp.
outside and then to the left.
Oh, you don't even have to climb up there. Principia.
All right. And then from here,
What a strange, upsetting chair.
I'm just going to travel back to the sanctuary so we get downstairs. And then we want to go back to the Colosseum so we can talk to Corin and Gold Mask.
I don't like this fucked up religious sky chair.
Great.
I don't remember the exact easiest way. I think it's just out here. Oop. Didn't mean to push that.
So I was thinking about how like I don't know if there's any tools out there to actually visualize it, but like the vertical interaction box for picking up items like has definitely, thankfully, increased over the series. Because like in Demon Souls, if there's an item that high off the ground, you would not be able to reach it.
Correct.
Like where the chair was relative to you, like.
Yeah.
Well, actually, I wonder if it is taller or if there's bespoke ones where like they lower the interaction from what you see visually. I don't actually know how it works. I got to talk to. Like someone like Drop Off would know more.
They could just cheat.
Yeah.
Did you guys see the mod for putting Majula into Dark Souls 2? I mean, not putting Majula into Dark Souls 2. Majula from Dark Souls 2
I didn't realize I
into
played
Elden
it.
Ring?
I didn't realize I played
No.
modded Dark Souls 2.
I did
Yes.
not.
Someone made Majula like the hub. I mean Drop Off, who I was just mentioning. And it's like actually really impressive because the amount of things they had to do to get working is just kind of like next level.
Did you see the crazy Demon Souls demake mod that someone put out recently?
Yeah.
That was awesome.
Yeah,
That
yeah.
shit ruled.
Like, is it a
Hell yeah.
demake modification of the game's visuals or something, or is it a?
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
it's
it's an overhaul, a visual overhaul of the PS3 version of Demon Souls that makes it look like a PS1 game, including low poly models and like old style like vertex shading and fog of war and stuff.
Whoa.
It's dope. It looks like Kingsfield. It's really interesting.
It's wild.
Yeah.
Ha 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 ha. Now it'll look even more starker than it did the first time.
where are we even going now? Or going back to the
over to
Gold Mask?
Corin.
Defeating the PS5
yeah,
version
yeah.
in the marketplace of
Why is
ideas.
there another gladiator right here? I thought there was only one here.
No, there's two. I
Okay.
ran past them both. So I probably grouped them for you.
You
Okay.
did, and you killed Andrew.
Jesus. All right.
Yep, we lost an Andrew again.
I didn't realize there's another one behind us.
There were a few subtle hints, like it being the current topic of discussion.
No, I thought he meant that there was another one that we were fighting at the moment was the second one, but I didn't realize that there was another one coming from behind.
Oop. Out of mana. That'll do that.
I need to get a little PNG tour.
It's, I mean, you already are halfway there.
Did you?
Oh yeah, I should switch my fogey.
You're on the right one.
Oh, am I? Okay. It's been a
Yeah.
while.
Yeah,
been a
everyone's on the
while.
right Fugi right now. And now that we have the Principia, is Goldmask doing a different pose? Oh no, he was just glitched out. Alright. I'm gonna talk to Corin.
Oh, was that you? Yes, the master is still ceased. And after coming all this way, why now?
We can give him the prayer book, and we'll give him the Golden Order Principia.
Who exactly was Radigan? The master is stumped.
And then we're gonna learn
Ever since Radigan's
very
war,
important incantations, the most important of which is the Law of Regression.
The Erd Tree, heart of the Golden Order, lies before our very eyes. Why must these qualms come to you now? We were on the very cusp.
Okay. And now I think we just go to the Erd Tree Sanctuary again. I think it's just right down here.
Fastest way. That one's gonna be on you. I'm not smart enough.
I will memorize the spell. I think I have what I need for it.
37 int.
Yeah,
oh
it's-
shit, you need int for it. I
Yeah,
forgot.
that's
it's an
a,
int
I
spell.
fucked up in require. Yeah, in
Oh.
incantation. What the fuck?
I will.
You
I
can't
can
pull
always,
that shit, game.
I can always respec and grab it
Dare
because
you.
I'm faith right now. I forgot about needing int for this, so give me a second. I will go over here. How many larval tears do I have? Let me check because that's important. Because if I only have one, then I can't do this, and I need someone to give me one.
I
I have
plenty.
10. I have 12. Okay, I'm good. Let's see.
Advantages to doing the DLC first. Tons of level
Yes.
tiers.
Renala was being weird. No one sit at a bonfire, please, while I'm doing this. I need to rebirth. Okay. This is stupid. I shouldn't have to worry about this, but I'm going to. 37. This up to a random number that doesn't matter. I'm doing a very stupid build right now just while I do this so that I can make sure I have enough mind and int to do this. All right.
Let's see.
Can I use it yet? I can. Oh, but not in this area. All right. Bird Tree Sanctuary. All right. This is a cool puzzle. I like it a lot. It's very important. So I'm going to read out the description really quickly. Incantation of the Golden Order Fundamentalists, one of the key fundamentals. Heals all negative statuses, dispels special effects, and reveals mimicry in all its forms. The Fundamentalists describe the Golden Order through the powers of regression and causality. Regression is the pull of meaning that all things yearn eternally to converge. So this is one of those things that Muriel was talking about, where he says, like, all things come together. There's no such thing as heresy under the Erd Tree. That's something that Radigan taught us, that we could all become, one, that all sins could be forgiven. And it's under this principle of regression that the Golden Order believed in these things. Is this the way to go? I don't fucking remember. Yeah. Okay. So that was his ideal. But there's immediately one interesting thing about this description, and that should set you off to some of the core kind of messaging about Marika and Radigan in this game. Keith, you're gonna die.
I'm alive.
So, and it says very specifically, reveals mimicry in all its forms. Now, mechanically,
One of
this is
us
used
turns
to
into a monster when you use it.
dispel things, but right here, this is the important sign. It says regression alone reveals secrets. This is a reference to this spell, and so that's the first clue that you should use this spell here. But also, this ties into that quest that that detail Muriel talked about, where it said Radigan had a secret that a stonemason, a sculptor from the capital, knew, and it kind of hewn into the statue that he created. Obviously, Goldmask and Corrin are wondering who Radigan was. What is all of this? So, if we cast the Law of Regression right here, it dispels the mimicry of the statue, revealing that if you read the message that appears, Radigan is Marika. Now, the most important aspect of this is that Marika is a character that is tied to mimicry. If you remember, the Mimic's Veil, or the what's it called? Grace's Veil? Mimic's Veil, I think is what it's called, was an item that was used by Marika, also known as Marika's Mischief. Marika herself is very directly tied to mimicry. So it was Radigan's principles under mimicry of Marika that would eventually lead to Marika's own sort of regression, her dispelling of her own lies and mysteries. So that's this neat little puzzle, little fact happens right here. I'm not 100% sure why the rest of this isn't happening. I thought that was supposed to move, or that a wall was supposed to open up behind it, but...
But can regression see why kids love Cinnamon Toast Crunch?
It's a taste you can see.
Damn.
Am I remembering where the tomb or where the hidden thing is here wrong?
I have no
Whoa,
idea.
We need to talk
Does
to
it open
Goldmask
something?
first.
I don't think we need to talk to Gold Mask first. I vaguely remembered there being something else right here after we did that, but maybe we need to go to a bonfire. Either way, we should go talk to Gold Mask again, because when we do this, Gold Mask will have seen what we did and will awaken to the truth.
Now, do you think Muriel knew this secret specifically, or just that there was a secret?
No, I do not think Muriel knew this secret. In fact, I think this is the most closely guarded secret in the narrative itself. This is, quote unquote, the heresy that would end all heresies. It is the most closely guarded secret and the linchpin of America's conquest. So,
Who's keeping that up?
what do you mean?
The illusion that you just dispelled. Who's been keeping that up?
It was
wasn't
just crafted into
It's
the
that
statue.
guy. Get
Yeah.
him.
It was crafted into the statue. I need to rebuild my character really quick. Oops.
I didn't know you could do that. That's cool.
Yeah.
That was me.
It's very interesting that Muriel would know that there is a secret, but not know what the secret is.
Yes.
Is there new dialogue with Muriel? Like, I honestly can't remember.
I don't think so. I
So.
don't think.
I wish you could go up to Muriel and be like, "Yo, bro, check out what I found out."
Yeah. It would be
Just
dope.
ruin her fucking time.
I heard
Like,
that.
ah,
I heard
did you
online
know?
that one-handing this weapon's actually better because the one-handed heavy is supposed to be really effective because it does multi-hit or something.
yeah, because it spins. Spin blade. Oh-wee. I do it two-handed because I have a thing that gives me a bonus for swinging with two hands,
Yeah,
and
I
also
do too.
big strength.
We're also all hoping that a collective blood loss makes us all stronger.
Yeah.
That sounds like some cult
Yeah.
shit.
Blood for the
Keith,
blood.
I don't want to
loss.
alarm you, but there might be an overall theme in
Blood
this
for the
game.
blood
that might-
loss.
that-
Is this enough? I think this is probably enough. Yep. All right, cool. Blah. Back to normal strength. Thank God.
Wait, who made the statues then? Somebody knows this secret, and they're not telling.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
was the sculptor who was told to make statues of Radigan. But you'll notice that there aren't many statues of Radigan in the game, probably because the sculptor glimpsed this secret of Radigan's and then was probably silenced or told not to commission any more statues.
But before that, he went to Muriel and said, "Tee-hee, I have a secret, but I'm not telling."
Theoretically, I think the story we're supposed to take from this is a sculptor was sculpting Radigan, realized this secret, was very unsettled by it, and then went home and said, blah, 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 I think I've glimpsed a horrible secret about Radigan, and then was probably killed from there on, you know. The statue remains unfinished, the land isn't populated by more statues of Radigan, etc.
He's dead as fuck, yo.
I wonder if it's the kind of thing of anytime anyone tries to make a statue of him, that happens.
I was gonna say they should only commission idiots to make the statue. If they're not very smart, they'll not put two and two together. And why does this statue remind me of that other? Like, no.
You just have to carve
Why do you even-
an exquisite photorealistic statue of these living people while not looking too close at them. Oh, I see the problem.
But isn't it? Is the example in that like as they're crafting it, every time they do it, it automatically turns into a different statue, or is it you have to like
Because that would be
actively want
funny.
to? Okay. That would be kind of funny.
That would be very
I would run back
eldritch.
to-
Every time I try to capture this person's likeness, it turns into this other person.
Yeah.
Like in Tomy.
Oh yeah.
I read
Oh,
Tomy.
oh.
I read
Oh,
Tomy.
you mean
so you don't-
Tomie?
Tomie.
Yes.
That's why I was. That's what
I
took
was
me a
very
second.
confused. I was like,
huh?
who's Tomie? Tomie Tallarico?
I don't know. I talk about it. I talk about it with Stephanie all the time, and she's never corrected me. So I think she also thinks it's
Yeah.
called Tomy because that's what it looks like it's spelled like.
You,
Yeah, it's
you
Japanese,
gaslit her into
Tomie.
thinking that.
Whenever there's an E
Listen,
at the
Japanese
end of a Japanese
is hard.
name.
We're playing Raging Loop together, and they have like relatively long names, and it's like, this is a lot.
They have like rural Japanese names.
Sometimes a single sentence has 3 names and a location in the same sentence, and you were just like sitting like, here we go, like we're reading a sentence in Dragon Age.
Yeah, no, it's in. Well, I mean, Toaster would know much better, but my limited
Toaster
Japanese understanding
exploded.
is you pronounce every vowel unless if it's in E before the I, then that's just a longer
Or a lot of U's.
sound, or if it's in O, followed by a U, that's just a longer O sound.
Well, sort of. So the reason why people say that is because that's how phonetically we would understand it in English. But in Japanese, when you have like multiple vowels next to each other, like diphthongs like that, you're just you are saying it. Like for example,
Can I rest at a bonfire?
yeah, you can. Well, hold on. Wait for me to get up. You can. I'm trying to think of a good word, but my brain is just going empty trying to remember Japanese words. So, like, the word for movie in Japanese is eiga. So, E-I-G-A, eiga. When you pronounce the E and the I, when you think about it, you know, you might tell someone, it's just a long E, it's A. But you are saying eiga.
Yeah.
It's just very subtle. It's like very subtle in there.
Yeah. And same with
John Madden.
the word like for Scarlet, Cole, K-O-U, Cole. People would say pronounce it like it's a long O, but when you're actually speaking Japanese, you're saying Ko.
My favorite bouncer's character is named Scarlet.
It's just
Probably.
like it's like achieved with like a subtle pitch variation rather than like a really distinct like cutoff between the 2 vowel sounds.
Yeah,
is what it
I
sounds
can't
like.
interact. I have to go back to the fucking bonfire again. Ugh.
Oh no, yeah. It's broken.
So yeah,
Maybe we need to
all
warp
of-
away and warp back so the zone reloads collectively or something.
No,
I think
someone,
if we just warped back to the site of grace, it'd probably be fine.
Yeah, someone
We all did
sat
it.
at the bonfire probably while I was in an interaction prior, so it makes it so I can't interact with NPCs anymore. I just didn't notice. I could have done it before.
Keith? Oh, Keith teleported. Okay. He was just invisible for me.
But yeah, so the thing is that Japanese does have double vowels that are longer and special. So like a name that is really familiar, I think, to some people would be like you might have heard the name before, like Suzano O.
Oh,
That is-
yeah.
Or the word like Okami. That's not spelled as in like wolf or wolf god. Okami is 2 O's next to each other. But that's different than if it was OU, which would be Okami. Like those are
okay.
there's
Okay.
like a different sound there. And a lot of people don't recognize that or don't know what that is when they see it.
Gotcha.
That's why when I romanize Japanese, I'm very specific about which vowels I put next to each other when I do it. Whereas some people might use like an O with a line over it for OO or OU.
Mhm.
I always
I've
specify
seen
if it's
that.
an OO or an OU because otherwise it's ambiguous. It's unclear which one I'm referring to. So.
Gotcha. That makes sense.
All right. Let's see. Let's talk to Corin again.
What if I just push this guy?
All right. He's got nothing to say. I think we can probably talk to Gold Mask real quick. I'll wait for everyone to get here and we can just all push it at the same time. I don't remember if this is 100% necessary for this next step of this quest, but let's see. Gold Mask.
Might have brought an
quest.
angry man here. Let's see. No, he's good. He gave up.
Holding back. He's not
Yeah.
interested.
Yeah.
He's intimidated by Gold Mask.
Let's talk to Goldie. He's going to say one thing. And now we can tell him that Radigan is America. And we should get an emote called Golden Order Totality.
I didn't get that. What the fuck?
Oh no, my controller disconnected again. Come on. Why do you do
failed
this?
us all.
It's always five minutes after stream starts. It happens. Ugh.
Just out to get you. Every time you press that start recording button, you start a timer. Start a timer.
Start a timer.
Stymer, no styming.
Does it have to be on the other side? Oh.
All right. So once I just talked to Corin, I confirmed it, that it passed through. He shouldn't have any more dialogue, but he basically says, Goldmask's finger has started moving again, and I'm writing all his thoughts out. You know, thanks for giving him, for saying whatever you said to him, but I'm going to get famous off of writing down what this ascetic monk is saying.
So everyone in the world just knows who this guy is?
Indeed, I applaud your
Goldmask?
enthusiasm.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a legend, bro.
To think that
All 10 of the surviving people know him.
Yep.
or at least
Yeah.
such is all I can interpret from
That's
the
wild.
resonant calculus of his finger. How would such a thing even have been possible, I wonder? Sadly, I cannot comprehend.
How do they
it
hear
myself.
about him? Isn't there just
Do
like...
you have a fuller understanding of the matter?
Goldmask is pony
Either way,
famous.
I can continue my documentation.
So if you talk to Corin again about Goldmask, he just says like, wow, who would have thought that Marika was Radigan the whole time? That's crazy. What is Goldmask going on about with this? And then he kind of pauses for a second. He's like, wait, do you know something deeper about this? And then clearly is frustrated that you stumbled onto something that like technically his religious teaching his entire life has been about. But he quickly dismisses it, saying like, oh, I guess it doesn't matter, like what I know. You know, I'm just here to be unwaveringly loyal and write down everything that Goldmask is saying. You know, blah, 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 who cares? But in reality, Corin is kind of like outing himself here as like a total con man, for lack of a better word. Like, Corin believes in this stuff clearly, or was religious enough to believe in it at first. He was put into this pilgrimage and he has the wheel around his neck and the blindfold on because he had visions of fire, which is something that only Golden Order like adherents allegedly had. Granted, that's not too crazy. Everyone in the world basically at this point was in some way a Golden Order adherent. But we learned through his use of fire prayer books and his interest in heresies that maybe he isn't as hardcore into this stuff as he claims he is, and that he's really just trying to look good so that people don't like persecute him. And he goes on this whole quest to seek Goldmask, who's like sort of the religious leader of the Golden Order traditionalists and fundamentalists and stuff. He's a transcendental monk and like a religious leader and has been for a very long time. He finally finds him, only to learn that like there's this even deeper level of mystery and belief going on here that is sort of going even against what Corin believed, that also invalidates a lot of the fears he has or a lot of the persecution that he's experienced. So he's holding resentment about that, which is kind of interesting. And that's where you get the setup for the rest of the quest. So we are done with Corin and Goldmask for now. They will move again in the near future. I'm trying to think what else we have to do. We beat Morgott at the Elden Throne. Unfortunately, we weren't able to summon Melina for that. But there is something really interesting about that I did want to talk about really quickly. And it's that if you summon Melina for the Morgott fight, she has the same moveset as the Black Knife Assassins. She uses the lesser Erd Tree, the minor Erd Tree incantation that we got in the DLC in America's birthplace when she dies, leaving behind an Erd Tree that will heal you over time. And she uses a weapon called the Blade of Calling, which is a weapon we can get later. But it is a dagger that is associated with the Newman and possibly Marika herself. So if we needed any more indication that Melina was Mesmer's sister, and that she was, in fact, Marika's second-born, who was burned and killed, possibly for her connection to the flame and for her potential status as the Gloamide Queen. There you have it. That is her in-game attacks and connection on a mechanical level.
Neat.
Very neat.
Hell yeah.
I
It's
don't
actually
really
wild to foreshadow a DLC spell reveal like a year, like 2 years early in a single NPC's like moveset.
Mm-hmm.
It was
Yeah.
probably already written, right?
ostensibly it was cut content, because Euphoria, the weapon we got in the DLC, was also cut content. So I do think that the DLC probably reused some of that stuff. But yes, it was from
The lore's all malleable. They literally reuse monsters from other franchises sometimes. Like, didn't use this guy. This Bloodborne monster is a Dark Souls 3 enemy now.
Now I'm trying to figure out how to get
that
to
lore.
the rolled route through the Elden Throne. I think we're done in the capital for the most part. I don't think there's anything else for us to do right now.
Is it time to play the bad zone?
Let me double check some stuff really quickly. But I think after this, I need to double check a few things that we need to do before we irreversibly change the capital. Because that is a point of no return that we will get fucked on if we don't do things correctly.
That mountaintop and actually click on it.
When we actually burn things is when it's a point of no return. So let me.
I literally clicked that a little too fast and was like, I really shouldn't have pressed that. That was immediately I really should have done a lap around the place to see what interactions I could have done before then. That's the moment I failed the Gold Mask quest, because I was just got a little too busy following the main route.
I believe we can now go back to Limgrave. I think we can go back to Limgrave and we can move Kenneth. And we can do the Nepheli stuff. Yeah, we can do the Nepheli stuff at the Godric the Grafted site. I think if it didn't break because of the weird DLC stuff that happened there.
Chesses doesn't actually burn till you killed Malekith. It definitely counts as a point of no return immediately in terms of how much it burned, so I disagree.
Yeah.
The world state of you burning it definitely happens immediately. And fucks you out of every single storyline in the game that you haven't done.
Oh, you know what? Nepheli's quest might be broken because of the DLC stuff, the patch that disabled Gideon's quest from progressing. So that might be a little broken. Let me look around. Kenneth is in Fort Height, so let's go to Fort Height and just see.
Here we are.
See what he's up to.
But this is the point in the game where they should be able to move to Limgrave and we can get an ancient dragon smithing stone or whatever. We can get the final upgrade material that it gives us just for finishing up their quest.
Where's Fort Height?
All the way east in Limgrave.
Okay.
It's like a coastal castle.
Yeah, you'll see our icons walking around near it.
You only see icons when you're nearby.
On the map? I was seeing it when I was in the capital. I was seeing illusories down here.
Nah. The game freaks out because it does a thing where you just see people floating in the sky near you and stuff like that. Usually I can't see people a long distance on the map.
Odd.
I had issues not seeing people on the map who weren't close either, so I wonder if it works better for Toaster as host somehow.
Oh, maybe it's working for me as host, and no one else. Because I can see everyone on the map right now. I just pulled it up and looked at it, and it was fine.
I definitely know the point of no return happens the moment you burn, and not with Malekith, because being stuck on the brick wall that was Malekith and so on was why I was researching how to get spells that I had missed and realizing that I couldn't fix it. Because the point of no return had already happened, so I was just locked out of most of the main holy spells in a holy build.
I'm baffled because we've moved, as far as I know, we have moved Nepheli everywhere she needs to go. So I'm wondering if it's broken by the DLC patch that disabled Gideon in...
Did you not say anything new?
Kenneth did not. Let me double check some stuff.
Oh, right. Oh, right.
Is it possible we failed to progress because we couldn't summon someone at some point?
No.
This quest is funny because it updates 100 years later after such a long gap.
Yeah. Because we gave Nepheli the Stormhawk.
Ashes.
Let's see. Yeah, the point of failure is if the player speaks to Melina at the Forge of Giant Site of Grace, triggering the cutscene with the roundtable hold before finishing Nefeli's dialogue and defeating the Omen Killer in the village of the Albinauric, she will disappear for good. If you do not give Nefeli the Stormhawk King key item at the roundtable hold before you defeat Malekith, she leaves and her questline cannot be completed.
Well, we haven't done Malekith yet, so...
Yeah, weird.
Yeah.
Double checking something. Oh, it's probably because Gideon never gave us. Does anyone have the Arsenal charm? Can people check their inventory for that? Because I think Gideon's dialogue is all fucked up because of the patch that makes what's his name silent.
I don't remember what the Arsenal charm is.
I have regular +1 and Great Jar.
Okay. I have a bunch of dialogue from Gideon that is now appearing in the menu. So maybe we should come to the roundtable hold, talk to Gideon, just get all his dialogue out of the way, and maybe it will update and allow these quests to progress.
Okay, dope.
Let's do it.
Because last time we talked here, this dialogue was not here. It should be unlocated demigods, Mogwin Palace, and about the Lord of Blood's cocoon. So we should do them in that order. Let me know when everyone's ready.
Oh, I can't get to the menu yet because it says, "What do you mean a house guest?"
Yeah, I've got the same.
What?
Yeah.
I don't have that either. Oh, I don't wait.
Let's see what the house guest one does then right now, I guess.
Sure.
We do it.
Yeah.
Are you aggrieved at the notion you are but a visitant here? Then you would do well to remember the first words of grace given to you. Stand.
Yeah, he doesn't want to talk to me.
Ring,
Is the house guest? Have you all talked to Dung Eater?
if those words have
maybe.
any meaning to you.
Because, now he's saying, like, we've spoken enough or whatever.
Below the
Gotcha.
sharp letters.
All right. Well, for the sake of my playthrough, for the footage, I guess I will go through his dialogue because all we're doing right now is progressing. He's just going to tell me about things that we've already done. So.
Yeah.
Okay. I think I progressed Gideon, which might progress Nefeli.
Did Dung Eater die while that was happening? Like, what was going on here?
No. His model will. His
Okay,
model
okay.
will sometimes land on the ground just because the way that he is, like, he exists in our weird game state. But you can talk to him.
Oh, yeah, he set back up.
No. Wait. You have felt the curse. I can smell it on you. The box, yet tender. Apparently my seedbed is ripe and waiting. 'Twas a brief respite, I must say. Go and unshackle my corporeal flesh, trapped in the sewer jail below the capital. I can kill you.
Okay. Now we can kill Dung Eater beneath the capital if we want to go do that. That's fun.
Yes, let's go kill him.
Yeah, we should definitely go kill him. Now, I'm also going to sit
It's quite
at
the
a
offer to have someone
bonfire
just say,
real
like,
quick.
I could kill you if you want.
Defile
Your corpse. Sounds like a good time if you ask me.
All right, let's check on Nefeli now and see if she fucking moves. Where'd you go, girl? We also got Law of Causality from Gideon. One of the incantations of the Golden Order Fundamentalist, key fundamentals, manifests a small ring of causality within that allows the caster to automatically retaliate upon receiving a certain number of blows. The fundamentalists describe the Golden Order through the powers of regression and causality. Causality is the pull between meanings, that which links all things in a chain of relation. Okay, so she's just going to sit there and not move, which is fine.
Okay, talk to her.
Yeah, it's probably because I rested while someone was talking to someone. Let's see. Go back to not Forsaken Depths. I don't remember where we need to go specifically. To
Oh, the
fight
closest
Dung
one?
Eater.
Shit, yeah, I'm forgetting two.
I'm really feeling like the third wheel in this party.
Let's see.
Probably it's somewhere in the subterranean shunning grounds somewhere. Let's see.
Oops. Nope, don't do that.
Underground roadside cider place. Yep.
Yeah, that's where I was just looking at.
My game crashed. Ah.
Oh, that's not good.
No. Well, this loading screen's gonna do
It's gonna be
something.
a sticky one.
Oh yeah, Andrew, you saw Porter Robinson
Huh?
with Brewing.
I did. I was
was
there.
it?
It was a fantastic show. Beautiful show.
He won't stop talking about how good it was. Did you have a good time
was-
overall?
Yeah, it was great. I ate like an $8 pretzel. It was fantastic.
Nice.
I did buy a shirt, and it's like a little bit too nice. I didn't realize that it was like such high quality. That was fun. But no, the show was fantastic. The seats were like perfect. I liked how people couldn't decide whether or not they wanted to commit that this wasn't a rave or not. So like half the people in the sitting row would stand up constantly. And so there would be like this fight between, okay, well, are we going to sit down for this song, or are we just going to keep standing up and getting hyped? Like, so, but yeah, no, I really liked, the set visuals were really fun. There was a guy who came in as an opener, and he had like a bedroom, just like a 90s bedroom on the stage.
Neat.
And he was just like singing rap or whatever, and then laying on this bed and jumping on it and playing Family Guy clips on a screen.
Such a weird concert description. Okay.
I look when I showed up, I was like, okay, well, I hope the whole show isn't like this. But once that's done, like then they move that aside and it start like setting up the other stuff for the actual show, and it's like cool. It's got like this nice fancy visual billboard. It's got an like a blow up cat, a live band, which is weird. But yeah,
Nice.
it was visually it was good. I liked all the colors and the lights and the screens. They kept doing confetti cannons, which was funny. They had I think like 4 different confetti cannons go off. It was weird because I'm sure saying this out loud, it sounds like, okay, well, that's just sounds like a concert or whatever. But it's weird because the artist is like kind of stepping away from doing a lot of like EDM style stuff and being a little bit more musical, or more concerty, I guess. And so it was just like weird to see like this hybridization of, I could see the ravers are here, but we're also here for a concert, so like people's etiquette is really weird and janky, but also there you've got like people, I think Brew probably said it, there's like people behind us that were like crying their eyes out the entire time. So there's just a lot of it was an interesting concert, but overall fantastic, good quality music.
Just imagining it
performance
being like,
is great.
yeah, you should come, it'll be the concert of a lifetime. Then you show up like, hey Peter. What the fuck is happening?
All right.
Yeah, it was weird because we like showed up and it was like, oh, there's an opener. I was like, I don't actually know who that is, and then we just like wandering around looking at the shops and the food and all that stuff, and then we go and sit down, and like halfway through the show we're like, okay, well, we don't feel bad for missing this. we didn't do a bad thing.
Yeah.
There was
Makes sense. My world is open. We're just waiting for everyone.
That is always kind of strange at shows when they're seated and they have seats, but it is more of like a rock show or a rave or something adjacent that like when I saw St. Vincent, no one sat. Everyone stood up at their chairs. So it's like if you wanted to see, if that's the expectation you're having for the show, it's like, well, sorry about your luck.
Yeah.
like I
at least
went
then I
there
didn't feel
with the-
guilty, thankfully, because everyone around me was standing too. So I was like, okay, this is fine then. But like, yeah.
Yeah, that's how I felt too. Is like I would have been fine with either or, but because it was so weird, I would feel bad that there's like, oh, I'm actually really hyped about this song. I do want to stand up for it, but then the people behind me weren't standing up, and I'm like, okay, that's kind of fucked up. I don't really want to like block their view or anything, but
Right.
I am really like having a good time.
Yeah, and you'd rather be standing than sitting for exactly.
Yeah, but But also, like, I did go to that concert with the expectation of sitting, so I came like comfortably dressed to sit and stuff like that. So it was just kind of like, okay, well.
Mm-hmm.
But
All
yeah,
right,
no,
I figured out where we need to go as an aside.
Aha! Oh, we're gonna die.
No! Get this man out of here.
Blender mode.
Okay,
Wow.
thank you.
That was really fucking funny.
Spin to win.
I'll teach,
Alright.
The
I'll teach
three
him.
Blendketeers.
All right, so we're gonna want to go back to the flower section,
Will
which
it
is
blend? The answer is always yes.
we go forward and then we hop down the grate down here.
Oh. That guy almost kicked my ass.
He's still coming.
That's all right. We'll figure it out.
He's got time.
Yeah. I do damage now. It's weird.
Rats.
These rats have more health than the enemies in the capital.
Wahahaha. Poison.
What a fart. I'm out of here.
Wow! Flower used headbutt. It's very effective.
Remember, they will laser you off the ladder.
Rude.
Yeah, so we have to kill them. Oh, I did damage to me.
Psych. We don't have to do nothing.
That did damage to me again.
Blend. Blend.
Get him.
Blend. We'll just die eventually.
He's coming for us. Oh, thank you.
Yep.
Good. I got him.
Them having visceral attacks is very funny.
Ow. Oh, yeah.
This one's stuck. Hell yeah.
Oh God.
He bled.
go.
He finally bled. I didn't think they could. They're
Can you make a plant
they're just
bleed?
they're just refusing to bleed. I blended the last one for so long.
They sapped all over you.
Yeah.
Technology exists.
I'm gonna sap.
I still have regression equipped, but I can't use it anymore, so I have to use an item to heal myself from the poison.
Oh yeah, poison. Whatever.
So annoying.
Whoops. Does
Careful,
regression
finger
cure
creepers.
poison?
Yes, law of regression cures all status effects. It reverts your character into their base status. So it will also remove buffs, I believe.
The fact that you can just change your lock on target while in blender mode to just continue on to a different enemy is very funny. Never
Alright.
stops. Never stops.
Sewer
blending.
jail key. That's right. Here we go.
Time to die, dude.
Wait,
who is that?
Wait for him to finish talking.
Is that him?
That's him, yeah.
He could use a Snickers.
This guy needs some dung.
Leave your jail, we yell at him.
Long enough. I will kill again. And defile each corpse with care. Just to be sure that when they're reborn, they'll be cursed. Along with their children. And their children's children. For all time to come.
He's got a little chin beard and long brown hair.
Alright, so he says he's gonna kill a bunch of Tarnished, a bunch of people who are just still alive, to defile them and kill their kids and curse their kids until, you know, he's basically the inverse of the Bloodborne Fisherman's Hamlet, where he's just saying, fuck these guys. He will invade us later. We need to leave him alone right now and go back to the round. I'll go back to the round table hold to look at his. He leaves a message for us just on the floor.
You can click your camera into his head. Oh, he's hitting his head against the wall again.
Yeah. He's just a weird, long-haired guy.
Yep. Got a little chin beard.
Yeah.
That's a mask.
That means he's shaving underneath there.
So, or he just grows patchy facial hair.
It can only grow it on his chin.
Yeah. So he leaves a message that says, "I'll defile you next. Come to the outer moat." And I believe he's just talking about the lands outside the capital in the outskirts.
Follow you next. Come to the outer moat. That sounds like a message someone probably sent me on Grindr.
Damn.
Where is it? There's a place we can go to.
Come prepared.
Where the fuck is it? Capital outskirts is where we want to go to. I just don't remember where the actual thing is.
Do we want Capital Rampart?
No. It's like near the Altus Plateau and Altus Highway Junction point. I just can't remember exactly where he invades us here.
I thought he invaded us in the pond by the sealed tunnel.
Possibly. That's possibly true.
I feel like he attacks us like in the moat of the capital.
Yeah, he says outer moat, so it's anywhere along this area. I'm just saying that like this region is the capital outskirts. So I'm trying to.
Should we warp to the sealed tunnel and just head out from there?
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Yeah, I was gonna go to Outer Wall Phantom Tree, but sealed tunnel's probably fine.
That sounds right. It's fuzzy to me too. Exactly where he invades. Oop. This way's the way back out.
We might need to disconnect so that we can host an invader and just deal with it, but we will see.
And then we'll
he might be a special invader. I'm not sure.
Quickly and who can't.
Yeah.
Just go ahead.
What were you gonna say, Andrew? Is what I was gonna say.
I was gonna ask: does he season the dung before he eats it? Is there like a little salt, pepper on it?
I think he eats it raw, like an oyster.
Whoa.
And I think.
Oh my God.
Why did you specify like an oyster?
Because he's on paleo.
Yeah, he's just doing
does
shooters.
that mean?
I think the big thing is that he's eating your soul. I think that's kind of what.
How do you eat dung like an
is.
oyster?
Straight from the shell. I don't know. Wow, this
Loudly.
that was super weird. That spirit spring just sent me straight up in the air with no momentum, and I did not jump to where I needed to go.
It kind of happened to me
I
as
saw
well.
that was very funny.
It's happened to me again.
Like,
I think.
hi.
There we go. Yeah, I don't remember where he actually invades.
Spring cannot be trusted.
We found a couple of guys.
Well, this part of the moat is a full-ass lake, so it's not going to be there.
Is it down where Boiled Prawn guy moves you?
It might. Actually, yes, I think it is.
So he defiles the prawn guy, right?
Yeah, if you don't save him ahead of time.
Not the prawn guy.
Prawn guy
But I
hasn't
don't-
moved yet.
Yeah, I think his quest is broken for us.
No,
okay, that's
this is my only hope to finally see prawn guy's quest.
There's no real quest there. He just moves and then dies.
Oh,
That's like all it is. Yeah.
well, he offers prawns.
That's many quests.
Yeah, that's why you don't want him to die, is because he offers prawns, which are really, really useful items.
Yeah, I never got a single prawn. He just told me to fuck off for my entire playthrough, and I never had any feedback as to how to change that. Like, cool. All right, see you later, that guy.
Yes, so he is up here. I put down a marker for where he should be.
Which number?
One. 1.
1. Okay.
I almost made it there the slow way.
Big moon.
Giant archers. It is dark here.
Hey, there's items I
Doesn't
forgot to pick up here last time we came through. A golden ring. Yummy. I almost died by falling off a cliff. I'm gonna die from falling off a cliff. Nope. I didn't.
Oh, hello. You almost got me there, bud. Okay.
You're fine. Let's hang out with your new crab friend.
There's a boiling prawns pot and 2 different corpses in the chair.
Nice.
Like that for him?
Yeah, he
We
looks like he
need
does
that.
look like he's eating his entire ass. So I
I'm
guess
about to
there's the
get-
oysters.
Yep.
Do you see that, Chaka?
I do.
Oh, he finally
the
did
2
move.
bodies.
Okay.
And there's no sign of the prawns guy, just his prawns.
Oh no, Ballard is right here. I'm talking to him right now.
Oh. Oh, Dung
Dung
Eater's
Eater is
invaded.
invaded.
Yep.
Here we go.
Oh my god, he really is eating his ass. What the hell? What are you doing?
Oh, I'm gonna die.
I mean,
Oh, Dung Eater.
how else do you think dung eating works?
Well, sure, but I thought like they were dead first. I thought he just killed him and scooped it out or something.
No, that's
I
his
didn't think he was
attack.
like,
Just scooped
oh
it
my
out.
God. Yeah, you know.
That's how you get into an ass, is with a scooping motion.
Well, they're already dead. You don't have to be delicate.
I don't think he's delicate when they're alive.
Well, obviously, if he's just like fucking breaking their neck while he sits on them, damn. This guy's even tied to the chair.
Admirable.
Must be hungry.
Yeah, there he is. I think he was the second body. I think he's not a body anymore, and now he's alive.
Yeah. And he'll sell you prawns, and
I bought
he'll talk to
55
you.
prawns.
I bought the 60 prawns, so
I bought 436 prawns.
very useful. So sinister greatsword fashioned from a giant's backbone, the sword of Milos, meets out wounds like a lopsided saw blade and restores some FP upon defeating an enemy. Milos was undersized for a giant and was viewed as sullied and terribly grotesque. So again, just that connection between and Dung Eater and curses and anyone who has ever been sort of prejudiced against. That's kind of his whole deal. So even though he's a horrible person who is a serial killer and steals people's souls and eats them out from their bodies, he also kind of believes that the root of all suffering is that not everyone is suffering. And if he can bring suffering to the world, then he will create a better world. That's his logic.
Okay, I can see it.
And then he goes after
I see
this
the
guy
vision.
for subjugating prawns.
Damn. Well, who am I to judge?
All right. So we did that. Let's see.
I'll judge.
Do you think this
Let
guy
them
like
have
had
prawns.
opportunities to get like a new shirt that wasn't as like torn open, but he's like, it's not going to show off my chest hair as much. Like it's like that's why he knows what he's doing.
That is
I mean,
significant chest hair.
Sex sells, and he's clearly selling prawns.
Let's see. Hold on. I need to look at some stuff.
The prawns are an aphrodisiac.
I need to look
I'm sure
for...
someone believes that.
He's like, come meet me at my love shack, but it's the boil prawn shack.
Love Shack. Love Shack, baby.
He's here to shuck.
I am looking for a site of grace called Lake Facing Cliffs. Where is that? Here we go. Liurnia of the Lakes.
Are we following you?
You can come to. I'm doing some Reddit troubleshooting to try and push Nepheli forward.
Oh, nice. Good call.
People are
What
saying
if
for
it
some
never
reason
does?
after beating Morgott, these characters won't move unless you sit at the lake-facing cliff site of Grace.
Oh, that is completely a hint.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Oh
Yeah, but
my
like
god.
there's 102 replies saying, yeah, this fixed it for me.
Wow.
So
Fuck.
Fingers crossed.
yeah.
Where?
Should we all sit
is
there?
this?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's at
probably
the
a good
very
idea.
bottom of Liurnia.
Yeah, literally the southernmost Liurnia site of Grace. It's just the outside
Okay.
the Godric boss room.
Fucking crazy. They're all moved. All of them moved. They should be now all in the Godric the Grafted.
Was it the seaside
site.
ruins?
I think I remember reading
Lake-facing
about
cliffs.
this. This does ring a bell now. Yeah. What the fuck?
Yep, and Gostock is gone, so we should be able to talk to Kenneth and Gostock and Nefeli. Yep, they're all in the throne room. What the fuck?
I'll just go there, I guess. I can't find the lake facing cliff.
It was,
was
the one
directly
where we
above
first
it.
met Hyetta.
Yeah, it's literally right above Godric the Grafted. It is the bottom of Liurnia next to Stillwater Cave.
Yeah, Keith, come on.
All right, let's talk to
I have no
Nefeli.
idea.
Oh, it doesn't let me. We need to wait.
There's
Hold
so
on.
many fucking waypoints.
Everyone sit at the site of Grace for a second. We should all sit at the Grace because it's all of our prompts are being fucked up by the fact that we're all teleporting at the same time. Illustri, why'd you go to the Table of Lost Grace?
Oh. Where were you going for the
Surprise.
updated Nefeli location?
Godric the Grafted. They're in
Oh,
the throne
did
room
they?
now. Yeah,
That's right, that's
it just progressed them. I have no idea why that one specific fireplace. Everyone sit at the Grace together.
Keith, come back.
It just did.
We need yeah, it's
No, we need
not
to all
about just
wait
doing it
until we're all
once.
here
We
together.
we need all of us to be at the Grace at the same time and then exit the Grace at the same time to make sure we're all at the same game state. All right, we should be able to get up now and go talk to them.
Let's go.
All right, let's talk to Nefeli first. 3, 2, 1.
It's been some time. I
Yeah,
must
it's been.
thank you for your aid. I told Father I would be with him no longer. I remembered the vow I took when I first became a warrior, so many moons ago. This land is much like the one from which I hail. I will call upon the storm to drive away the foulness that has settled on the winds.
So that's cool. Now we can talk to Gostock. I don't think he has much to say.
You, is it? Haven't seen your mug in quite some time. As you can see, I'm the new lady's attendant. Freedom was worth squat. Besides, I like it round here. Lady Nefeli's still fair of heart and countenance. Ah, back again, are we? Well then.
Bro, what is this? What is this, like, high-level tier 3 simp behavior? Get him out of here.
And
He
now we
sells
can
an
talk to
ancient
Ken.
dragon smithing stone.
He does.
Nice to see you after so long. Safe and sound, I take it, yes? Good. Quite. I have indeed selected a new ruler. Lady Nefeli is strong and just, worthy of the burden of Limgrave's lineage. Such is the sincere opinion of I, Kenneth Height, no less. For the time being, I share command of the castle with my lady. But I plan on returning to my fort afterwards, at which time I can fulfill my old promise by raising you to the glory of knighthood. I hope it is just as wonderful as you imagine.
Farewell, fellow warrior. I will remain to summon the storm, but your guidance
Nice.
and your fight.
All right.
Surely
And I'm going to...
Yeah, you'll want to exhaust dialogue with her again if you haven't already, because she will
Yep.
give you a thing.
Yep.
And she's like, I'll stay here. Bye.
Yeah, I think it's because you exhausted it. It it gave it to all of us.
Oh, okay.
What is he selling?
20k. I need way more souls for that. Oh well. I guess I can sell some stuff to him if I really want to.
That is a lot of
Oh
stuff.
no, I
Won't buy
can't.
things.
He won't buy things.
He's an asshole.
God damn it. Well, we did their
Spend all my
quest.
money on prawns.
Like
This is
most
my first
characters,
time
he does hate
actually
you.
completing this quest, because when I played, this quest was broken and you couldn't progress it. It got patched in after I beat the game twice.
Yeah, oh. I got there eventually, but it was always a little bit of a funny quest, because it's like, hey, remember these characters you haven't seen for 60 hours? Yeah, they all found each other and got an ending together. Bye. It's like, out of nowhere, they have a very, very brief conclusion.
Alrighty, so
Weird.
that quest is over. Let's see if there is any other quest to do yet. I don't think there is. I think we've literally done everything we can possibly do right now.
Yay.
There's a bunch of stuff we're going to want to do before we light the fire. And specifically, that is killing the people at these manor requests and doing the rest of that. So I think that's going to be our next big step. So I think we just have to go to the Elden Throne, or not the Elden Throne, which way is it? There's a way to get to the rolled route. I don't remember how to get there. Is it East Capital Rampart? No. I don't know. We need to get to the rolled route. We need to get through the area to the Forbidden Lands behind the Erd Tree.
Well, right now I'm a little distracted by the fact that, you know, that's a no combat zone, but you can just step outside and you have a clear line of sight to Nepheli.
Take the shot.
So-
Take the shot.
That's fascinating.
I'm like,
You can change history.
should I shoot her to see what happens?
I mean, her quest is over, but I want Gostock alive so I can buy that Ancient Dragon smithing stone.
Yeah, let's
so.
we'll test that later. We'll test
Yeah,
that
we
later.
can test
Sorry,
that
so-
later.
We'll
was-
put a pin in that one.
We'll put
Yeah.
them later for fun.
I don't remember where we have
Science.
to go. Do you, Illusory? Does anyone?
Don't we
you
go
ever-
back to the same lift or whatever? Doesn't it? And then we have the thing now or
I'm
whatever.
trying to figure out how to
or
get
am
to rolled, but I don't know if we've been to rolled yet.
Oh.
Yeah, the
Gotcha.
rolled route is where we want
Oh
to go.
yeah.
But I don't remember how to get up there. Let me double check. I have.
Hello,
a
Bach.
thing.
I see we haven't murdered you still.
Can't just call him that.
Not murdered.
Bach.
His name's
Lanedale
Bach.
Royal Capital.
No.
He's my precious baby.
Where did everyone go? Just to
What?
Bach,
Where
I
is he?
guess.
Do you not like? I'm the only one at Buck.
Okay.
The rest of us
I,
are down
I
at
thought
the
I thought I
tree.
heard this is where you were going.
Oh fuck! I broke the chair.
I don't
That's
know where
fine, it will
people
respawn.
went.
Wow.
We're trying to figure out how to get to the lift of rolled.
Okay.
I don't remember. Maybe it is just at the Dectus lift, and they.
Yeah, isn't it reused? Yeah, that's what I thought. Like, don't you just
Why-
go back and like
who's
take
fighting?
an alternate?
Yeah. Who's fighting? What the hell?
Well, I was trying to run towards the objective from a place.
Wow.
I'll save you.
Oh! I almost died.
Sure, let's go to Dectus, I guess. I don't know. I don't remember.
Yeah, because I have a memory of it just being like, oh, that's weird. I thought it was. I don't know why, but I feel like I remember reusing the same lift, and that's what made it confusing.
I think there is a lift that has two different keys to take you to two different places.
Yeah.
But where is Dectus?
It's right when you come up to the plateau from Liurny of the Lakes.
Oh, it's probably not that one. I feel like the secret was that.
Yeah, we can hoist the medallion.
I feel like.
That's just the regular medallion.
Yeah, I feel like the lift that takes you to the ice area also has a second key that takes you towards like Melania, and that's like the double path.
Yes, that is the double path. You are correct. Okay, so let's see something.
Oh.
I guess I'm
The
coming along for
closest
the
way
ride.
to get up to the rolled lift is to go to the Avenue balcony site of Grace.
Yeah, that was not it. Yeah.
I'm falling to my death with 70,000 runes. There they go.
Sweet.
Well, not getting those back.
Why?
Because I spawned in midair when I got kicked out of the game.
It might be on the
Oh.
ground closest to where you were.
Yeah, that seems like the most likely outcome.
I guess this time I was above a kingdom instead of above the ocean. The last few times it spawned me above the ocean, so I just lost them forever.
Still, without solid ground, like your bloodstain should theoretically only, map to whatever last solid ground you were standing on. But
The problem is that you spawn in the middle of nowhere from being kicked out of different levels, so the game just loses its mind.
yeah, that's the one part I'm not sure about.
Yeah, we just have to go up through here. This is where we're going. Okay, I remember. I remember now.
Why did that even happen? So it didn't get kicked out of the world? It just spawned me in the air for some reason?
It's because did you teleport
No.
somewhere while a cutscene was happening?
I was walking around and then suddenly spawned in midair, so I thought
Well,
you terminated the server or something. And so
No,
I'm
so-
confused. I'm still in multiplayer.
It's because someone triggered the cutscene to move the lift up, which updates your position in game, but you were probably too far away from the lift to update you to where the lift was going, so you fell through the sky and died.
So it tried.
It was Kod's fault.
Just
Yeah.
murdered
I saw him
me.
do it.
The code just murdered me at random.
Shenanigans.
Currently running towards my icon to see if there's anything there.
Where is everybody?
Avenue balcony, go up the stairs, and then we're heading up here. I'm gonna mark the map.
That's stupid.
Probably gonna die from aggroing so many enemies trying to find it.
God, I was like, why can't I hit my weapon? Because I've been running so much Dark Souls 2 lately that I was forgetting to hold down the button. And then instead of
Go
just
to the
tapping
capital,
triangle or
Andrew.
whatever.
Like, look at the capital.
What? West Capitol?
No, just the capital, like near the tree.
Oh.
And then you'll see
Okay.
all the markers. Just go to the markers that are whatever's closest to that marker. Avenue balcony is probably the easiest one.
Okay.
They are
see.
on the ground in the side of the second floor of a building for some reason? Okay. Sure.
You can reach
They
them, though.
technically are somewhere. That's the first time that's worked. Yeah, the last few times I weirdly teleported somewhere, they warped me into the middle of the air above the ocean. I'm like, oh, well. Bet you're wondering how I ended up in this situation. Hello, ultimatum.
Yeah, I don't know if there's any tools for being able to see it in Elden Ring, but at least for the Dark Souls debug, there's a fun thing you can toggle which shows where your bloodstain will spawn. So like as you're running around, you can look behind you and you'll see it like
just see
chasing
it
after you on a
constantly
10-second
popping up.
delay. Yeah.
Yeah.
And if you like
Is it,
go
every,
on, like,
is it every 10 seconds? Is that when it updates?
yeah, well, so it's like constantly, it's on a 10-second delay, like following you. So it's like kind of in real time
It's like
following
where
you
you
around.
were 10 seconds ago.
It's where you were 10 seconds ago. Yeah. So like it updates constantly, but it's 10 seconds behind. So yeah, you'll see it, like
Gotcha.
chasing
It's
after
like
you.
you're just
But if you
dragging
get
it
to an
behind you. It's like the shadow levels of Celeste where the copy of you is chasing you.
Yes, and then if you get onto like an unstable platform, you like the rotating bridge in Anor Londo, like you'll see it not even try to follow you, like because like it'll have there's one chasing after you and there's one like mapped to your body, but the one mapped to your body you see gets left behind. You're like, oh, it's not even trying to follow me to this location now. Like this is like just doesn't count as somewhere it can exist.
This would just all be cursed place to put it. I think we're by the friendly dog. Ow, not the big piece of tanky dog.
Oops.
They never patched the friendly dog, did they?
No, he friendly.
This boy friendly.
Oh, I'm gonna die.
See you right over here. Oh yeah, it's the guy by this misbegotten beast. If you don't attack him, the dog will stay there.
Oh yeah, he's just hanging.
Yeah, the dog never attacks you.
He's just vibing.
Ooh, I drank the wrong potion.
My organs are out.
Look at these guys.
Yeah, I don't know. Andrew and I went a different way, but there were items we didn't get here yet, so...
Chill dog.
Whoa!
Look at him.
That guy does a lot of
He
damage.
just needs a good meal.
This is an interesting area because there's ash and or sand here, even though the capital isn't burned yet.
Maybe they forgot.
Shoot.
I don't know. I honestly have never thought deeply
from behind.
about this section of the game.
Maybe it's why the dog is so chill, because this place just has beach vibes.
It does have beach vibes. It's very weird.
This is bulletproof lore.
I guess this is where a bunch of Misbegotten are. I don't think this is the same ash color as when you actually burn the Erd tree, so I don't know what this is. Sound off in the comments below if you know why there's sand here.
There's a bunch of this surrounding the real version of the Round Table Hold too, right?
I don't remember. I thought it was just rubble around the Round Table Hold, but maybe you're right.
I think that area is all full of
there
sand,
is.
yeah.
Yeah.
Just is sand on some level.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not 100% sure. I haven't actually thought deeply about
Maybe
it.
it's just snow from the mountain.
It could be weird snow stuff.
Or by the mountain.
Yeah, it's like precursor to being burned, which is strange to think about. Like, it doesn't make a lot of sense, but it's like, oh, it's a little sandy here, then it's gonna be a lot sandier later after it burns.
Yeah.
So
Effect preceding cause.
yeah.
Maybe it's just cocaine. This joke brought to you by the internet in 2002.
I was there once.
Yup. You can never return.
It was okay. Had a weird smell.
And there it is, praying before this statue of this man, which might be Radigan pre-being Radigan. I don't know. I haven't thought very deeply about this either, but very interesting.
Praying at a weird
This
statue.
room?
Is it the
so
one
there's
weird undefined statue that's throughout the whole game?
This is not the one, but there are lots of them. It's a statue of a man with cloth over his face, or over his head. He's wearing like a veil. He has armor and is holding a long sword. And maybe this is like Champion Radigan before he was married to Marika. It's unclear. But the Misbegotten are praying to him, and the Misbegotten are considered the children of Radigan. So, odd.
Oh. Creepy.
Very weird. I don't know if that
And there's smithing
statue
stones
exists
behind the
elsewhere in the
statue.
game. It might be.
Someone just had a fun stash back there.
Yeah, this stuff is all burned because this is burnt. This is like black ash. Maybe this is where they were burning Misbegotten, possibly. Oh, you know what? It's probably ash from the war, and the fire when the dragon breathes fire on the capital. That's probably what it is. I get it now. I understand.
The giant dead dragon.
Yeah.
There are burned houses here, yeah.
Yeah. So it's probably ash from that. I'm just dumb and didn't think about that until just now.
Well, we're gonna make a lot more ash.
Hooray.
It's foreshadowing for how the books are going to end exactly like the show did in Game of Thrones. And that's why he doesn't want to write them now, because everyone said it was bad.
I love that.
He like
I love that
he
theory.
snuck it to them under the table, like, here's the ending, guys. Don't tell nobody. They make a whole thing, and everybody's like, this is shit. Uh-oh, fuck.
Well, yeah, so
Fuck.
allegedly the way Game of Thrones worked was the showrunners got the outlines for the rest of the books, which we know are fully outlined, like GRRM has outlined what's going to happen in them. And then instead of building off of the outline, they just kind of took the plot points and were like, all right, we'll just do it in 7 episodes. And like, that's how we got the very
Which
rushed
admittedly
bad
is
version.
a great way to make everything bad. Is to make it
Yeah.
make it look like the Wikipedia article about itself.
Yeah. So, I mean, and George R. R. Martin has been very loud about whenever they do that with House of the Dragon. Like, he was very upset about changes that they made to House of the Dragon that were kind of summarizing plot points. He made this gigantic blog post that he then took down where he was like, sometimes, like, it's okay to truncate things, but the more changes you make to something as you truncate it, even if the events play out the same, if the characters are different, you have, like, more and more and more drift from your main plot until all of a sudden it doesn't resemble what you were building off of.
And you end up walking dead in it.
Yeah. And he ended up like writing this huge thing and like kind of tore into HBO, and it got it got taken down. He got it taken down because he was probably saying things he shouldn't have said, which is interesting. But yeah, so that's probably what happened with Game of Thrones. I think the big thing with Game of Thrones too is that like people issue with the final season of Game of Thrones is not the things that happen, it's the way that they happen.
Yeah.
So
because
I think
a lot of it's just not set up and doesn't really function. It's kind of a disappointing.
I totally forgot about this one.
Whoa.
It's a disappointing way to find out how Game of Thrones probably ends, because it's like a really shitty version of it. It's like the equivalent of when I used to go to Andrew's house and he'd be like, yeah, I'm gonna go to the movies with Joe later. So he'd just like read the Wikipedia article summarizing the movie in advance for whatever reason. He wanted to pre-spoil every movie of a movie that he was about to see. But it's like if Game of Thrones did that on purpose to everybody.
No, it's for movies that I don't care about and aren't sure if I'm going to even bother going to. I'm not going to pay money to go see something that sucks.
You were already going.
Well, not if it was that bad.
Hold on,
you just
let's
read
go
it
over
online.
You don't know if it's good or not.
see
You're
how
just
bad it
reading
is.
a summary on Wikipedia. That doesn't tell you if a movie's good.
It's enough. You can tell.
I'm just
I
imagining.
would rather probably look at critical reviews rather than the plot synopsis.
I'm just imagining reading
Guys,
the plot synopsis of Long
there's a
Legs.
place to
It's
go
on
to.
Wikipedia.
It's dark in here. Spooky.
The world is black now.
Nice.
The world is a vampire.
Yeah, here we
What
go.
the
The
fuck?
twins.
I don't remember
forgot
this
about-
part.
Aw, I
forgot
don't
about
remember
this
this.
fight.
I thought they
Yeah.
were really small for a second.
This is on the
Yeah, me
bridge.
too.
Just a little guy. You gotta kill them fast because more are gonna spawn.
Yeah, how many? Wait, they didn't specify how many twins.
Well, yeah, they fell.
Oh.
Get wrecked, nerd.
So there is
That's a lot of fire.
a very interesting indication in the game files, I believe, that implies that this was supposed to be a dual Morgott and Moog fight before their like plot in the game was slightly changed. So kind of cool, but now we're just fighting.
Back when they weren't supposed to be the same person.
Well, no,
Oh, wait,
Morgott
I
and
mixed
Moog
them
aren't
up.
the same
I mixed
person.
up which people. Yeah.
So
Thinking of
currently,
Marguerite. Fuck.
Omen Killer Rollo. Ashen remains in which spirits yet dwell, used to summon the spirit of Omen Killer Rollo. So Rollo was like the head Omen Killer. This is actually a relatively good Ash. Spirit of Rollo, known as the first Omen Killer, once a famous perfumer, Rollo imbibed a physic to rid himself of emotion, thus enabling him to enact his nightmarish labor, haunting the Omen. As we know, his nightmarish labor was being conscripted into the war with Mesmer. So he was a perfumer under Mesmer's command. That was his nightmarish labor. We wanted to unlock this just so that we can come back here when we... I think this is actually... Oh, we might be able to activate more God's Rune here. I'm not sure.
Sudden Four Kings callback.
But yeah. So the other thing is that Moog's current model is called, I believe, in the game files, Greater Demon. I can't remember exactly what its name, but it's something like that. Which implied that the character that we know now as Moog, Lord of Blood, was meant to be a different enemy that would serve as that boss in that area, and they just didn't have time to make his model, so they reused that model, and that is why there are two Moog fights. One is a spirit, one is not. That's also why the Fell twins here are not Margit or Morgott and Moog, but instead just two omens that you just randomly fight on this bridge.
My foot fell asleep.
Okay, we can do two. Interesting. There are
Get rid
two
of it. Cut off.
great runes here. The twins. So this is Morgott's rune, and then this is Moog's rune. So this is their divine tower, and you do both of them at once because they're twins, which is kind of neat.
We killed them both. United once again in death.
Just like the rest of their family.
Yay.
That's nice.
We finished the
A
genocide.
happy ending.
Really, we bring people together.
Yeah.
It's true.
Especially in the ending where we burn everything. As a treat.
Moog and Morgard are twin brothers. Their great runes are naturally similar. Moog's rune is soaked in accursed blood from his devout love for the wretched mire that he was born into, far below the earth. Now, it might actually be beneficial for people to... I'm going to look at Moog's great rune. Because you guys are doing bleed builds, I think this has a bleed effect, but I don't remember what. What does it do? When in your world, summon spirits from spirit ashes automatically gain buff. Oh, it's just spirit ashes. Never mind. All right.
Greatly
now
raises maximum HP, Morgott.
Yeah, that's the one I'm going to use because it's very useful. Once you're past the benefit of the other thing, you're fine. Okay, I'm going to go back to Divine Tower of East Altus Gate, and we're going to run back and then go up the lift. But yeah, Moog's rune isn't useful for players or even summoned players. It's just for ashes. So it's... I mean, we could. Some of you guys are running an ash build, aren't you? Where you use the dried bouquet as one of your talismans. So it could buff your guys. It makes them heal on kill and then gives them blood loss. Or it buffs them for 30% damage and heals some of their HP whenever you inflict blood loss, which you guys are doing a lot of. So it might actually be good. If you just give that to your mimic and then you guys bleed everything, every fight will be over in 5 minutes.
How gross can we make this?
God.
Just infinite feedback loop on the bloodbath. What's the bleediest a spirit ash?
Something. Let's look. Probably the sisters from the DLC, now that I think about it. Yolan and Anna, because they both have bleed weapons. That's my guess. Either that or Fanged Imps. Or Albinoric Ashes, because one of them has a Ripple Axe. That's my guess for bleed. Alrighty. Forbidden Lands time. This area is really small, and oh shit, there might actually be something. Hold on. I'm gonna go up the lift. Yes, actually, guys, come back. There's something right off the lift that we forgot to do.
Did we activate the bonfire real quick?
No, it's fine. We're not gonna die.
But we can
So look up above you.
it.
There's a room right up there.
Oh,
We wanna
yeah.
go in there.
Yes,
This is a big lore important.
I don't think I ever found this.
All
Wasn't
right.
expecting the gap.
Oh man, what is
Grandpa's dead?
Well, you fools.
You didn't say
Find
jump.
the gap.
Usually you can walk off of lifts. Send it back down.
We can't. You guys have to get back.
Yeah,
you guys are gonna have to
we're
run
stubborn.
back anyway. So
I should have activated that bonfire.
maybe you should have, but maybe you should have not died. You
we're not-
dinguses.
I didn't die. He died. I'm activating the
Yeah,
bonfire
why-
so he can teleport here now.
Yeah, geez, Keith, why didn't
face.
you activate it?
Yeah. Verbatim, he said, we're not gonna die.
We're not. It's not my fault that it happened.
Yeah,
Cost
he
dead
didn't.
as
He
fuck.
said
All right,
where.
I activated the new bonfire con.
We didn't die.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
didn't die,
New
which was
bonfire
correct.
con.
Go.
Yatta!
See? Welcome to the cuck chair.
I wish we were both all standing here to block Keith so he would have fallen again.
Wow.
So we get the official's attire off
With
of this,
friends
which
like these.
indicates that this person is a magisterial official to carry out their grim tasks, surveillance, executions, gruesome rituals, the darkest duties drive the wheels of mankind. So this person is surveilling whoever was inside this room. And this is a very important room.
Who's in here?
You'll see. There we go. So we go in here, and this is like an official room. This is an important looking room, right?
Ooh.
And if we pick up an item in here, it is the Blade of Calling. This is Melina's dagger. It says, dagger given to one who set out on a journey to fulfill her duty long ago. The power of its former owner, the Kindling Maiden, is still apparent. The one who walks alongside flame shall one day meet the road of destined death. And then the unique skill is Blade of Gold. Leap into the air, charging the armament with golden flames that are then shot at the enemy as a single blade-like projectile inflicts holy damage. So the implication here is that Melina was given a dagger. She had a duty to fulfill a long time ago. She was the Kindling Maiden, as we know, Mesmer's younger sister, and anyone who walks alongside the flame will meet the road of destined death because, of course, Melina was the Gloam-Eyed Queen, and possibly even an official in the capital at some point or another. That was probably like the rest of her siblings. She probably held some important status, but she was closely under watch from all of the others. Everyone else in the capital the entire time. So that is a little piece of interesting information about Melina. The Blade of Calling is a very cool weapon. It is basically just the Black Knife Assassin dagger, but not warped by the blade or by the Rune of Death.
Just hop on down, Andrew. It'll be fine.
No.
Good thing I activated this waypoint.
Yeah, it's what everyone was telling you to do.
Uh-huh. That is just a trap. They just trap you in a room where you have to die if you're doing like a no warp run.
Are there any rings or any rings? That's not what I meant.
Sonic.
Are there any dragon cult things that are useful for me right now? Yeah. Sorry, I'm equipping more spells.
I always forget the Great Runes exist.
They do.
You're not runing?
We do only have 3 so far. It's like the humanity stuff, but it's so like abstracted at this point that I just kind of forget the steps involved. Like I would sit there and I would unlock every rune at all of the towers, but I'd never remembered it. I'd never actually use a rune arc in my playthroughs.
I barely use them, and I maxed out my rune arcs from endless co-op.
Yeah.
There's like items and stuff, and I think there's a jail we're gonna want to do at some point, but for the most part, this area is really small and minor.
Here they come.
Yeah, we're just kind of moving forward.
The Blessing of Blood. Every time it kills an enemy, the user of the Great Rune will be healed 10% of their maximum HP.
It's their ashes.
And they get a Lord of Blood's Exaltation style buff whenever anyone nearby bleeds for 20 seconds.
Yes, but it doesn't apply to other players. If you're talking about Mohg's rune, it doesn't apply to other players.
It's just for the summon.
Yeah. But I want to be clear, the summon it refers to is Spirit Ash summons, not like PvP summons or anything like that.
And then it does another upgrade whenever you successfully invade it, I guess.
Mm-hmm. Sounds about right.
Where's this guy going? Over here, man. He doesn't hear me. I'm gonna sneak up on him.
We just need to summon 3 friends, and then we can have 6 wheels. Like a truck.
There we go.
Follow the sound of the blenders, you'll find them.
Cave or cliff? Cliff.
Ominous choose your own adventure, like page turn
Cave
option.
or cliff. It was a cliff.
Oh, that's poison.
Oh, you found forest burn. Oh wow, that activates really quickly.
It does.
It's deadly poison, I think, technically. Which is a different kind of poison.
Yeah, I seriously not have anything to make more anti
Oh no.
poison stuff. Okay, well that's fun.
Alright.
Well,
Just
Guys,
drink
I'm
several
about to
flasks
do-
for fun.
The funniest shit.
I'm gonna use like a divine blessing right now just to make a good status effect go away. It's like the most like wasteful use of an item. Who cares? I'm never gonna actually use that shit during a boss fight.
Because you're afraid to ever use it when you actually would need it.
That's for your
Yeah.
mimic. You put it on your hotbar and then summon your mimic. And it lets your mimic heal forever.
Oh hell yeah.
Oh,
That's gonna be fine.
Oh, because your mimic can use anything on your hotbar and it doesn't actually get consumed.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's
It's
the
just like my
trick.
approach to spells. Mimics are kind of dumb.
You're kind of dumb.
Damn. Dang. Bro.
How could you?
Oh, I forgot they had Beast Claw. Oh god, there's so many of them. Hello, help. Hello.
I'm looking for my
I'm
divine
coming.
blessing to put it on my bar.
I'm coming.
I don't know if I
know
have
you
a
guys
divine
went that
blessing.
far.
Let's see.
It's called Gift of America, I think.
Yeah.
I have one blessing of
America's
America.
blessing. Yeah, that's
Yeah, that might be it.
Yeah, I decided to not use mine in the end. I was like, well,
Is it not common like it was in the previous games? Is it like
No.
a unique item?
It's a unique item, yeah. There's only a few in the game. I don't know if you can craft them. If you can, that could be cool, but I
I'm
don't.
pretty sure you can't, but
Yeah.
I'm gonna use it at random when I think I'm trying to drink my flask.
hell yeah.
That's a good idea.
Because they're both golden bottles.
Yeah.
Bottles.
Didn't even do anything.
I'm gonna kill the blue one up here. So that I get my
YouTube just
blessedness
yelling
back.
at me like, you know, creators who turn on automatic ad breaks get more money off of ads. I'm like, yeah, I know. That's what the concept of running more ads does.
There's a golden seed up here.
But I also
Well, if
remember
you're new to YouTube, maybe you don't know that.
But I also remember previously when YouTube would it's not whether or not you know it or not, it's just common sense. Like when you tell a thing to keep running ads at random, it's gonna run more ads than you did manually probably. But I also remember like while streaming, there you get that suggestion like, wow, this seems like a great time to run an ad right now. And like the algorithm supposedly guessing at downtime or whatever. I'm like, this would be a terrible time to run an ad. This is a very important moment. Fuck you.
Unless it's going based on audio.
It's
I wonder if
it's
that would-
just timing. It's just
timing.
timing
I think
to
it's
figure
just
out how to
lies, yeah.
maximize.
Ultimately, like, I don't want
viewership.
live stream ads outside of joining the stream because that sucks. That sucks to just randomly get interrupted and just lose a whole chunk. It's annoying. I have no intention of turning that on.
Yeah, I think Twitch like straight up nerfs your channel if you don't pick a
Yep.
certain.
If you
amount
don't
of
leave
ads.
the defaults on, it decreases your
Yeah.
monetization and cuts you out from algorithmic stuff. And
All these websites hate us.
No.
I mean, I figure in this particular instance, it's just like that is kind of the point. It's how you make money off this.
Yeah, they gotta. It's expensive to run streaming.
Yeah. I mean, I don't even think it's them having to pay for it themselves. Like, that's not what I'm saying. It's more like, I feel like most people know if you're unsubbed on a stream, you pay for a sub to get rid of ads. You know, if you don't want to use a more complicated ad block method.
Because they broke
Just is
all
the
of
way
those
it is.
now.
Yep.
Yeah, that's what they did. None of them works. They should stop trying.
Ow! That hit harder than I thought it would.
Oh, that's a cool spin.
He's not even losing health from my perspective, so I have no idea how this is
Me
going.
too, yeah.
He's
down
at
to, like,
about a
full
quarter of a health. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So the pizza
No
cup
time
will
to
work
die.
eventually. Okay.
Hell yeah, now he's on the ground. God. It's a lot.
That's gonna kill me. Am I still alive?
Oh my god.
Okay.
You're like
Just
1
gotta
HP,
believe.
that's wild. Oh damn, whatever that was, that really hurt him.
Whew.
All right.
Free shit.
Gargoyles, black blades, mended with blackened corpse wax, deals holy damage, such as the mark of those who serve Malekith. Black blade. So these guys we now discover are in fact agents of Malekith. Wow.
Oh good, I don't feel bad killing him.
Oh yeah, just getting the Estus back after the killing group just reminded me. Someone that I've been talking to who, like a smaller Souls YouTube channel, just put out a really good video that I would basically just describe as another Dark Souls Dissected, where in Dark Souls 3 you get Estus after killing enemies randomly, and no one's like ever figured out how that worked before. Until now. Like,
Did
it's
they
taken that
figure it
long.
out?
Yeah, they figured it out. They did the deep dive.
Nice.
There's one bit of a remaining mystery on whether or not like it has a working pity system. Like the drop chances might continue to climb if you don't get it, but that there's a bit of a question mark on like how effective that is, if that system's really working.
Now-
But yeah, it was the first time like anyone's ever been like, yes, very discreetly, this enemy has a 3% chance to drop more
SS.
And yeah, like so they went through and like had all the exact drop chances for all the enemies. It's not using the item lot system for drops, so like luck doesn't affect it. Like there's like you can't
use
odds.
item discoverability or anything.
Yeah, it's just its own completely static system. And sometimes it's kind of arbitrary how it's set, because like sometimes it'll be like this has a chance to give you 2 Estus back, or give you an Ashen Estus and the regular Estus. Like it's like pre-hard coded like what kinds it can give you, and sometimes it might give you both, it might give you one or the other. Like it's just kind of like arbitrary how it's set up. But yeah, I thought that was cool to see. So yeah, if you ever want to look that up on YouTube, that's now there. The channel's called Solar Pellets.
I live.
Welcome back from death.
That's all to say that without knowing how it worked myself, early on, people were wondering if it worked like the humanity from Dark Souls 1. It's like, oh, does it accumulate on a point system? But I remember one test I did early on to prove that it didn't work that way is I just kept starting the game over and over. I would use Estus on the first, like as soon as I got it in the tutorial, and kill the very first enemy of the game over and over on the fresh save file, until one time it refilled my Estus. And I was like, okay, that's proof that it's completely random. It's not building up to it, because like, if the first enemy sometimes gives it to you, rarely, then yeah, it's just RNG.
Yeah. So there's one thing here I want to comment on really quickly, and it's that this finger reader crone, if you talk to her, which you don't need to do, her dialogue is pretty straightforward, but she says, turn back forward, like ahead of here is the mountaintops of the giants. This is a forbidden land. To bring fire to the Erd tree would be a cardinal sin. It is the first cardinal sin. And to do so would unbind destined death. It would awaken the Black Blade and bring death back to the land. She then ends this by saying, surely whoever led you to come this far was not the Fingers, for they would not have you do something like this. Now, I think most people will say, like, well, the Fingers are guiding us. You know, we are trying to kill enemies on their behalf, and we've been in the Round Table Hold. But I think that a lot of people miss that what she's referring to here is Melina, because Melina is the one who told us, like, to come here to the capital. She's the one that is ultimately who brought up that she is moving beyond the lands of the Erd Tree in order to possibly set fire to the Erd Tree. And it is yet another tie to the fact that Melina is, in fact, the Gloam-Eyed Queen, and it was her power that was stolen by Malekith.
We're trying to... Oh, she gone.
Yeah, I just sat at the bonfire
We're trying to
reset
banish her
myself
from her home.
So now we can go up. Everyone get on the plate before anyone hoists a medallion.
Okay.
Get on the gate. I meant lift. Oops.
As I said, plate.
We're all here.
Greetings.
I've been hoisted.
There's also been theorizing that the two Fingers we meet in the Round Table Hold isn't the same exact two Fingers as the ones that, you know, guided Merrick or guided the Round Table Hold in the past, which is evidenced by the fact that the Round Table Hold that we go to is not the same as the actual Round Table Hold in the capital. But there's not a lot of information about that or like anything that we can really concretely conclude.
Mm-hmm.
So. You know.
When I got completely confused earlier, forgetting that, like, no, it's not. You don't reuse the lift to get to the mountaintops of giants. You reuse the lift later on to get further into the mountaintops.
To the
back half, the back. Yeah, like, duh. Okay.
All right, I think we're gonna try to do Mount Gelmir stuff next, so we can finish all the assassination missions and then finally. Oop. It's just playing the cutscene for everyone.
The cutscene again.
I think we should all be able to skip.
Assets missing.
Yep.
I don't like this. Okay.
Jade's freaking out. We're stuck in a loop.
Because a few of us lifted the thing at different times, slightly different times. So
I like this view right here. I just think it's cool. It's cool to see the Erd Tree this high up. It's very easy to forget just how fucking tall everything is in this land. We're pretty fucking high up right now.
And the tree is still overhead.
It is. The tree is huge, but this is about as high as you can get to look at the tree, as far as I know. I mean, you can obviously go to the cauldron, but like, yeah, this is pretty big. We're pretty high up. These truly are the mountaintops. I think I mentioned this during the DLC part of the playthrough, but one of the cool things about the Divine Towers is if you look at them on the map, someone did discover, obviously, that they're all circling the area where the Land of Shadow would be. But also, they are arranged in a spiral, and they go from they go from lowest to highest as you go around the area. So, just another cool, interesting piece of DLC stuff there. Some more foreshadowing that was kind of baked into the original game.
Why are the towers surrounding that area?
I mean, if we understand the makeup of the world before the Lands of Shadow were cleaved from the Lands Between, it's possible that they were originally used by the Hornsent, and they are religious monuments to their belief in the spiral, and they serve some kind of divine or religious function for them that was then overtaken and usurped by the Two Fingers when they worked with Marika to achieve divinity and take over the Lands Between. Marching ground during the war against the giants, they carved winding paths in the cliff walls right up to the summit, leading to the untrodden, snow-laden region beyond. Now we can see.
Are these trees also so old they became ghosts?
It's very possible, yeah. Yep, that's what it seems like.
I dig it. Ghost trees.
How old are these deer? Jeez.
at least as old as the ancestral followers. There's a lot of interesting lore to this area and the enemies that we meet here, specifically the Zamor, which were sort of allies in the conquest against giants. Here is Shabriri having taken over Yura's body. This is a fun one. Fuck, he's not talking correctly.
Do we all need to rest at this?
No, it's my file is bugged. Yura never progressed from his original dialogue about Dragon Communion.
Oh, right. I forgot. I backed the space donkey pirate cartoon.
Oh, yeah.
On the graffiti tier so that I can put "There is no lighthouse" in the cartoon on a wall somewhere.
Oh, that rules.
That sounded fun.
Are we waiting for anyone?
I'd love to be in one of these animations someday, but that tier is always upsettingly expensive.
Yes.
So but if I ever become a rich YouTuber, I will be really obnoxious about putting my character in every animation that's kickstarted, like one of those personas you're really sick of seeing and stuff all the time. Like Daza. Danza,
Like
that's what his name was. Wait,
I want to say all the cameo rats in Small Saga, but I don't think they are actually in a bunch of things. They're just rats. And if you were a rat, you were magnetically attracted to that game.
Trying to remember. There was that one rat that I just thought was Jet, and I was like, I'm just staring at them for a while. I'm like, they look a lot like Jet.
Yeah.
Trying to remember. Is Daza or Danza? There's like a light brown demon guy that was in everything constantly. Gears and everything. For a while there, if you made a comic that had any kind of like pretty alpha top looking dude, there's this one guy who would always like pay that artist to like do an entire side bonus comic of his character doming that character specifically. And he did that like 4 different universes of comics. Like, just must have just shown up with just a pile of money or something and just paid this like artist that already was like slowly putting stuff out for months or whatever, and it was like, make a whole side comic about that comic, but it's my guy fucking the guy that's the top. Like, specifically, I saw it like happen like 4 times.
That's a power move.
It is literally a power move.
Milo, get down, you demon. Fuck.
It's like if a rich furry just paid the DC to be like, well, my guy's stronger than Superman, and put him in the canon. And they're like,
right,
well, okay, he had millions of dollars.
I am ready to move forward.
Okay.
It's like the Elon Musk of furries type move.
It's so weird that talking to Shabriri while you guys are in the game does just make Yura come back alive. He's just it's different voice, everything.
He just turns back into their character. Sometimes it's like it's still him. If you just play the right song, it's like Grandma's back.
All right, so this is the Zamor ruins. The ancient hero of Zamor is right here. This is just a regular enemy. These characters have like interesting lore. They're people who allied with the Erd Tree on destroying the giants, like they're ancestral enemies of the giants. It seems like, for the most part, those people, like the Zamor people, are the indigenous people of this area, I guess, possibly, and that the giants kind of is seated on their territory or something, and that's why they don't like each other. There's some sort of beef there. It's unclear exactly what it is. It's not super well outlined in the lore. But
I don't feel like giants would make a good neighbor. They do seem really rowdy.
They did believe in the Fell God, which is the god of like fire and bad things. So, you know,
never good when your neighbors are putting up fire.
Yeah, it's like an angry god is like maybe the best way to put it. And the giants are cursed with their faces, the faces of the Fell God being on their bodies. And it is also very possible that is why Radigan has red hair, is because the Fell God cursed him.
Yes. Wait, he has a funny face on his belly?
I didn't even see the enemy. I heard they have to use CG to nerf Zamor's bulge in the movie.
What movie?
Wakanda Forever.
Yeah, I was gonna say that. Yeah, that's Namor. Actually, I was gonna say before. The name always makes me think of Namor. Actually,
Yeah.
It's just like the one-letter pivot.
Oh, they have a lot of health. Oh.
Is it upsetting that I knew what Keith was talking about instantly?
Whoa!
Oh God, that was a
lot
really
of
big attack.
Damage.
I could not get out of that attack. That's the first thing I learned about Wakanda Forever is that they supposedly CG'd over his dick to make it less prominent in the tights.
Maybe they should have made tights that weren't so prominent on showing dick.
They're cowards.
Did we learn our lesson from Antichrist?
The costume designer was right. They should have let him cook.
Antichrist, the movie with like Willem Dafoe.
The Lars von Trier film.
Yeah,
That was not a great time.
Isn't that the
they had to
movie
get
where?
a dick double for him.
Yeah, it's the movie where Willem Dafoe had a dick double because his dick's like upsettingly large according to the director.
Upsettingly large. Okay,
Now, how much
bud.
do you have to pay the director to say that about you?
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Yeah, that's
how
that was the
much
real
money
power
do you
move
pay
there,
for
yeah.
that? That's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Get the marketing department to say he had to get a double.
That's been editorialized a lot, but I do know that I know people who like literally know about the background of that production. They're like, yeah, the biggest problem, the weirdest problem of all of that is that people tell that story as like, Willem Dafoe's dick is too big. It's monstrously huge. And it is, but
What?
the reason why it was a problem is because he's trying to frame a shot and he wanted it to be close enough to like focus the camera on one thing and make it look weird. And Willem Dafoe's dong was too big and they literally couldn't make the shot work because it was just too big.
Okay.
You couldn't
So
fit the whole thing in frame.
It wasn't too big that it
fine.
made
So-
him look like a freak. It was just bad for the
Yeah.
shot composition.
Literally,
that's all that
it's
happened.
like bad for the film.
It's a perfectly
I mean, I
normal
don't-
monster
Okay.
dong.
But so basically, they
Oh,
had to recompose the entire shot. So the shot that we see in the film, like the cut of all this stuff, is like slightly different than like what he was originally going for. And they ended up using a body double because it was just like a ton of work and stuff. And yeah, it was like a real thing,
Man,
thing that happened.
He must be really disappointed that he wasn't allowed to see his genitals get mutilated on the screen.
I like how
it must have
there's-
been awful.
There's gonna be some people watching who have never heard of this movie and are just like so fucking
Don't.
confused at
I've
what,
still never
what we're
seen it.
talking
All I
about.
know about it is Willem Dafoe's dick, and there's like a CG fox that I think talks. I haven't watched any of the Depression trilogy.
Yeah,
People have been
Dancer in the
telling me to
Dark is
watch-
very. I
I've
would
been told a
recommend
lot to
Dancer in
watch
the Dark.
Melancholia.
Dancer in the Dark is very good.
Fuck Lars von Trier, just getting that out of the way.
Yeah, fuck
but
that
you know,
guy. He's
Yeah.
terrible.
Yeah, he's
but
terrible.
Also,
He did make good movies.
Willem
That's
Dafoe,
like,
Yeah.
call me.
but that's,
You can use the
if you don't
Green
want to watch
Goblin
his stuff
voice.
because he sucks, that's fine. You know.
You can
But,
use
What?
the Green Goblin voice during.
The mask
Yeah.
can stay on. You can keep it on.
Yeah, you can keep the mask on. It's fine.
we don't want to go that way yet.
Ooh.
I
Okay,
wanted.
well.
I'm looking for the tomb, the crypt that was pointing to, but I don't remember exactly where it is. I need to look at the map and see where the fuck we are, because I'm like super. I just
So we're
like
not
have been
trying to
running
cross
in
the
a random
bridge?
direction. No, don't cross the bridge
Not yet.
We'll cross
There
that
should
bridge
be
when
a
we
tomb.
get to it. Haha.
Yeah.
There should be a tomb around here or catacomb or something. I just.
no, that's not it. Okay.
It points up here. Where the fuck is it? It's pointing upwards that way.
That's quite the spooky trident thing.
Yeah. So maybe it's up above. I think it is up above where the giant is. I don't remember how to get up there. Have we actually fully explored this fucking area? We have not.
No.
Yeah, there's like this side of the mountain type situation we want to get to.
That's a big bird.
That's a big bird. Let's kill that bird.
Whoa!
How tough can they
I
be?
think
These ones don't even have
Oh, there
swords.
we go. Exactly.
Or bombs.
Yeah. When we first met these birds, they were armed.
Cool job.
I don't remember which way to go or what to do here. We might need to go across. I just wanted to be thorough before we did. Okay.
The entire snow region just drops out of my brain.
Yeah.
Wow.
Which is funny because this is like one of the more distinct set pieces of it that isn't connected to like the main landmass, but it's also forgettable and confusing.
Big bridge.
Here we go.
And then I remember horrifying place with a billion dead guys that won't stay dead, and also a giant thing
There's
happens.
the dungeon down and to the right before we cross the bridge. Yeah.
Yep. Okay. Very good. And then there's nothing here except a dead fire monk, which is kind of neat.
And a beetle.
Just like a weird piece of storytelling.
Gotta
All
be
these
sneaky.
fire monks standing here.
Die, beetle.
Oh, sorry.
Long live the king, I said to the dung beetle.
These guys dropped the fire whip, and it's kind of interesting.
Barrier of punishment.
Or the thorn whip, I mean.
Whoa, that's a whip. No.
Kind of hot.
Fire prelate helm.
I got the greaves, nice. I really like some of the armor pieces there. Here we go. This is where we want to go. We still have a ton of game left.
Giant's mountaintop catacombs.
I don't even remember what this dungeon looks like at all.
I don't remember.
You know, like
either.
we're
I think this
bad-
one might be one of the ones with a secret exit. But I'll know that when we get to the end of it. Oh, this one I think actually is the one with the hidden... has a hidden sub area maybe? Because I look at all the statues everywhere, the watchdog statues.
Yeah.
Oh, there he is. Oh, damn.
Thank you.
A flower.
Yeah. Yeah, this area has a hidden spot underneath. Yep, because there's an elevator at the bottom that moves at the same time that we move this top piece. Do we want to go down first, or do we want to?
Let's go down last.
Okay.
Yeah, let's exhaust the dungeon like we didn't find the secret, and then come back. I think that makes sense.
Yeah.
Sneaky. Yeah, you can see a whole room down there. They really let you get used to the idea that those elevators never have a secret under them and are just like a weird, like, unfinished looking column.
You always gotta check.
Like, there's always something like kind of cheap and shitty looking at like about the ones that don't have anything down there. You're like, oh, I guess they're just always placeholder looking, and then out of nowhere you're like, what the fuck? There's a room? There's like a 70th one.
This one might also have a secret exit underneath it. Like, I think it's multiple layers of this.
This kind of stuff was exactly why I thought there was going to be a real mimic eventually.
I think this one's just a pit. But,
yeah. Yes, it is. Okay. I remember that there is 2 fake out elevators in one of the catacombs, so it might be just in the other section. I'm not sure.
Why would you build it to just be a hole? Who did this? Big jar man. He's spinning.
Oh,
you're dead.
he won the spin game. He won the spin battle.
Yep.
He spins to win.
Oh, just blows up.
I spun to lose.
Brave strategy. We'll see how it turns out.
I was just playing a completely different game for a second. Wow.
What?
My brain.
Brain short circuit.
Yeah, I did Astrobot stuff for a second, and
Oh hell yeah!
it's like very
Completely related concept.
They announced an update coming out soon.
They did.
Yeah, I think so. I think there's going to be a free update with a batch of new challenge levels or something like that.
Oh damn!
And there's not a release date for it, but I think I think that it's like it's just going to be something that's going to happen.
Where did everyone go?
Up the stairs.
Ooh, oh wait, up the stairs? Wasn't that the direction we came from?
No. At least there are other stairs.
We came from an elevator.
Gotcha.
Okay. Holy moly, that is a delayed blade.
Yep, them blades is going.
But yeah, I 100%ed Astrobot and then uninstalled it and then saw that they had that update coming. So I'm like, oh, that's fun. I'm going to have to re-download it.
Yeah, I 100%ed. I finished 100%ing it last night, and
nice.
It is extremely good.
Yeah, very fun. Very fun game.
Just
enjoyed it.
Absolute Game of the Year contender. Incredible video game.
Neat.
Yeah.
I'm doing the DLC for Blasphemous 2.
I really want to play that game, but
I still need to play Blasphemous 1.
It's good. Good game.
Yeah.
At one point I was like, I'm going to do every vaguely Souls-like-ish thing that ever comes out, and then that quickly became a glut of games that came out so quickly that it would be all I did. And that's even with my relatively stricter definitions, not Iron Pineapple's nightmare definition.
Yeah, he played that Kobold Fetish game.
A Kobold Fetish game?
Yeah.
Tell us more.
Someone linked it in a chat I was in earlier today. I'll have to dig it up.
I assume it wasn't
this
Kobold
newest
Care.
video?
It was not Kobold Care. No.
That would not have been filmable.
What are the kobolds like? Are they like dog or lizard?
They're usually lizards.
Fat kobold. Atlas.
Was
that's what it was called.
Atlas.
Okay, this is a drop down. There's a drop down right there, and then there's this room back here. So let's make sure we kill this pot guy. And
is it like a fat fur game? What's going on?
It has character creation, and kobolds, like real thick ones, are one of the main options.
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah,
this game.
It looks like a Korean MMO.
Yeah. This game doesn't. If you didn't. There's furry elements to it where if you play it, you're like, oh, this is made by someone who likes Dragon's short stacks. But 95% of people will play this game and not understand that it's fetish bait.
I don't know. The character selection, like the boob meter, they like start holding and bouncing their breasts.
Yeah, but that's just all. You have to realize that's all video games for some people. Like that's just normal weirdo.
When you hit the booty slider, they turn around and raise their tail so you can see the booty.
Yeah. Okay.
Sounds like a typical Gooner game.
Got it. Okay.
Yeah. That's just a thing in video games now.
This came up in the Souls-like playthrough. Videos.
Yeah, Iron Pineapple did a preview of it.
Oh hell yeah!
Hilarious.
Hell yeah!
Must have missed that one. I genuinely can't tell what episode I'm on ever because they all have the same title.
Yeah.
I watched this one. It was 3 or 4 weeks ago when this came out. I actually watched that. That was a weird one. That game, real strange. There's a drop-off down here, I think, that we missed that I wasn't paying attention to. And the guy is still alive. Why is this guy alive right here?
Because it's a fake out. It's tricking you.
It's tricking me. You're right.
It's a goof gaff.
You're right. It's the same trick they pulled before. Thank you, Andrew, for calling me out on that.
Atlas.
I only know that because I got scared by a giant bulge.
Yeah.
Oh, they're like short little creatures.
Yeah.
Atlas is still in development on itch.io.
Turn the corner for a surprise.
Yeah, I see.
Did I already say how I got Kobold Care as a PR email? I don't remember.
Did you ask for it?
No.
Oh.
It happened at you.
Yeah, let's see. I'm trying to find everybody because I got distracted looking for Atlas.
Yeah, if you have poison attacks, this is like a really effective place to use it.
Yeah,
Ka has your.
What happened is I have
You're
that
dying,
I have an impersonator that emails fucking everybody, and then talking about like, I am Keith, aka Sebastian. I cover indie games and blah blah blah, and I'm the proud dog father of Marrow and all that other shit.
yes, I remember.
I love that.
The guy who just spams the same template over and over again to everybody, and then all these people are like, is this really you? And I'm like, no, obviously, because you're currently emailing a different email address than the one that emailed you, so it's clearly a scam. But I just don't bother. I don't really bother responding to any of these people that ask me if it's real, because it's fucking hundreds of people. This person basically emails every single developer ever, and they probably resell the key. They probably resell the keys on one of those like key reseller websites to make a living or something. And it must be working because people keep fucking emailing me asking me if it's them. He has gone through like a variety of different emails that are slightly different from mine. But it's like, there's no cure for this. You can't like Google, like Gmail doesn't offer you the ability to like report impersonating emails and then delete their email accounts or anything. So it's like, there's nothing I can do about it. So who cares? But one of the first people that was savvy enough to catch this was the developer of Kobold Care, a game where you play as a series of massively endowed kobolds that just like come inflate each other, and then then it all turns into like an egg inside of them, and then they birth out just a monstrously large egg that's like the size of their torso.
I jumped down the hole too soon.
And then you plant the egg in a farm, just a normal farm for like shrubs,
let's just kill it.
like an herb, like a vegetable farm. And then you water the egg, and it hatches into a little kobold, just sticking head first out of the dirt. And you water them for a bit until they sprout, and then they just are a they just immediately are like a genetically mixed version of the kobolds that made the last kobold, and you just keep breeding kobolds that way. I don't know why they incorporated farming into the middle of the kobold making.
Oh no, I missed it. Damn it.
So it's basically Edmund McMillan's canceled eugenics.
It's really strange.
Actually, it sounds like creatures.
Like you could just have them, just breed and then make an egg, and then the egg just you incubate it and then it hatches. But the fact that you specifically plant the egg like a seed, and then you have to water it in a field, and then the birthed kobold sticks head first out of the soil is extremely funny.
So I was right. There is another hidden area underneath the elevators here. This is what I was thinking of.
I just remember that the avatars from that game are very popular in VR chat.
We're going down there?
Not yet. I'm looking around real quick.
Okay.
I'm trying to see what the actual area over here brings us to.
I understand, Chet, that I could tell every individual developer that they are in fact being conned, but that involves making it my full-time job to clean up after this impersonator that's making it their full-time job to con people. And I'm like, no. Either realize it or you don't, and if you lose some keys to random people, who cares? You're already losing keys to YouTubers that don't cover your game anyway, and so on. Are we gonna go in the pothole?
Yeah, we can.
There's four of us are here at least. Yeah.
Yeah, I was circling around to make sure that it did truly just loop, and it does.
He stood no chance.
Very good. There is stuff down there, but I don't know what. I think it's just jar shards.
We'll find out.
I remember a significant amount of like early Toaster streams. I was like, I'm gonna support Toaster, and I just had his like stream running while I was like just playing Kobold Care.
That helps.
Yeah, I was gonna say that helps.
Just hanging out.
Just down here is nothing. Oh wait, go up this way. Somewhere a heavy door is open.
There we go. We got the thing. I think this leads us back. This elevator leads us back to where we want to go, but I could be wrong about that. Yeah, this is the right one. Just pull it back down a second. Did you guys explore the other section? I think this is where it loops. I just want to make sure.
I think so.
We're back here. Okay. Yeah, I was amused that developer was able to piece together that they were being conned, and then like, that's not you, is it? And like, no, that's not me. And then like, well, here's a key if you want it, I guess. And I'm like, cool. And then I just have a copy of the game now, and I'm like, I can't use this for anything. You can't film even a second of any part of this game. Literally every character on screen is hanging dong for every moment of gameplay.
Good. I'm glad.
And all of the gameplay is about that. There is no like, I'll just eat around the crust for a funny little video.
Why isn't the thing coming down? I already pulled the lever. What the
Just
heck?
make it your most censored video, or it'd be like an insane video editing project.
I did
that would
one.
be
I did
Just a
one joke.
podcast.
I did one joke video where I played a porn game where it's like all that you can find is just dildos and things, and I like joked my way around interacting with any of the actual stuff. It was like akin to like the old videos I'd make with Andrew where we'd cover every Xbox type any game we could find, and sometimes they were just like a multiplayer lobby for a thing you can't play in the demo, so we would just fuck around in the lobby and do nothing. Doors open.
Go, 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 go. Into the mist, into the mist.
I feel like the only game that's harder to cover than Kobold Kara would be like Churn Vector.
Wait, why can't I summon a thing?
You cannot make a video of that.
Why? You may now challenge the area boss. Why am I not allowed to summon? Wow.
I got aided. No, that's not good. Bye.
Getting eaten is bad for you.
It's good for him, though.
I'm not doing any damage to the boss, apparently. Very weird.
Oh, right on my face.
Just gotta blend them.
Right.
Just gotta blend them.
Trying to get close enough to.
Yeah, I spent until now trying to approach him.
Bleeding.
Oh, we're all stronger now. He bled. Oh, he's fucked now.
Oh, that was a
We're
good
all
hit.
strong boys now.
There we go.
I haven't even. I think I hit him like twice.
I just got in there to blend.
Nice, and we got some death roots. We should go give that to...
You could basically see when the bleed procced that he suddenly was also just taking
Is
damage
this the
faster.
last death root? Let me check. We have 3 left. I think
hope
we
so.
turned in 4, so I do think that is in fact the last death root. Now, instead of touching that...
Well, no, you should warp back to the back so I can get back in the game.
Yes.
Oh,
what
because
is...
you died.
'Cause I died.
Giants Mountaintop Catacombs. That's what we want.
It's dead boy.
Oh, that just crashed the game for me. Toaster resting at the bonfire.
Unknown has died.
Oh no.
Yeah. Oh no. All right, I'll reboot the game now.
It says Illustrate has left, so I'm going to banish everyone so that he can reconnect.
I've just been evaporated.
Well, I'm just gonna look at this meter for a little while.
Oh, I can talk to Melina. I'm going to do that. But also I'm going to... Flasks? Can I increase? No? Can I add a charge? Nope, already at maximum. Okay. I'm going to talk to Melina. You guys should talk to Melina in your game if you can.
If she allows it.
I'm just looking at a black screen now.
Me too. It's kind of cool.
Outlook is grim. I think I'm gonna have to force quit it. That's not even a loading screen.
I like that Melina. So Melina shows up here and she says, I will have you know that my mother set my, or gave me my duty long ago, but I am on this path of my own volition now, regardless of the path that my mother had set for me. I will not have anyone speak ill of that, not even you. First things first, that tells us 2 really important details. That tells us that Marika herself told Melina to journey to the Erd Tree and burn it one day, which is very interesting because for a little while it seemed like Melina forgot what her purpose was, but now she seems to understand exactly what her purpose was, and she just stated that it was given to her by her mother, who we know was Marika, or possibly possibly a descendant of Marika that was the Gloam-Eyed Queen originally, unclear, but seemingly Marika, because we know that Mesmer had a younger sister. Now, with this, the thing that's really interesting is that sets up this kind of tragedy of Marika and Radagon and all of this, that Marika had told Melina at some point after burning her body, hey, if shit goes south, burn the Erd Tree, which means that Marika, in some sense, expected her destruction of the Elden Ring and her refusal of the Elden Beast. She expected it to go poorly. Same with Radagon, and she expected Radagon's betrayal, which is interesting. And we know Melina now is the agent of that change.
Okay, whatever happened, and I got sent to a black screen for a while, and eventually force quit the game and so on. Guess where I spawned when I finally got back into the game?
Couldn't tell you.
I spawned at the place you warped to after the tree in the DLC.
in near a limb?
Yes. And near a limb outer wall is where I spawned.
That's odd.
What the fuck?
I have been thrown into weird locations in the DLC. Back when I was just playing on my generic save file, from when I streamed the DLC straight, I did a lot of co-op fighting King Consort, just to help people with that fight on my winged sword, my milady sword, my light great sword playthrough or file, and sometimes after I spawned back from finishing PvP, it would just teleport me, or finishing co-op, it would just put me at a random bonfire. Like, I kept spawning in the Forbidden Woods, or the Dark Woods for some reason, which was weird, or Abyssal Woods, that's what it's called. No idea why that was happening. And then I would say a good 2 out of 5 times that I spawned back into my world, I would just spawn underneath the map and then fall to my death and then lose all my souls.
It's crazy. Keep going.
I was gonna say, I would usually be able to get my souls back by just going to the closest bonfire, but I did lose over 2.5 million souls at one time, just for like spawning underneath the map, and then my souls disappeared forever.
It's crazy that I never ran into that, because I did a lot of co-op and never ran into that. But I've heard about a bunch of other people saying that they've run into, like, people messaging me like, "Loser, did you know what's up with this wrong warp glitch like in the DLC?" I'm like, I've got nothing. I have no idea.
I have most often seen people talk about it specifically from the Gate of Divinity bonfire, trying to do co-op on King Consort. It seems to be that is the place that triggers it. I don't know why.
Fascinating.
Andrew, you were gonna say something?
Oh, I also had the same thing Keith did. I just got into the game right now, and now all of a sudden, I am in front of the castle. In the
back in the DLC. Yeah, the game just freaked out.
Yeah, I'm like, what?
Is the world open?
Here?
My world is open now. Yeah, you guys can join it now.
There we go. I'm amused by everyone just clowning on the fucking trailer for the 2003 Netflix show.
I completely missed it. But there's a show. Is it called 2003? Like, what's
I don't know what it's. Let's see, what is it called? Time Cut is what it's called. I don't know if it's a show or a movie, but it's just showing a scene of like some girl that seems to have been teleported to 2003. Whoa, she looks so out of sorts. And everyone just looks normal to me. So like, if everyone suddenly looked like they were dressed like this, I wouldn't register that as being 2003. But then there's a lot of really, really funny details because it's a bunch of child actors trying to pretend they're in 2003 and just being like given stuff that the directors gave them and so on, and they don't understand what they have. So like, one of them has like a portable CD player and they're holding it like a cell phone, like with both hands, with their thumbs in the texting positions against the like the surface of the CD player.
Yeah, no.
Like they're holding it in 2 hands like a device and not like a fucking thing that you just don't look at, obviously, because it's a CD player.
They're doing a mini DJ set, right? They're stopping the disc by pushing down on the lid when they want to do.
There's a lot of extremely
scratches.
forced stuff, like looking at 3 people and panning down, like, oh, 3 of them have Ugg boots and stuff like that. But then it shows a girl that's holding a flip phone and it's not open, and she's talking into it. It's like such a fucking shit show. Like, just fundamentally, they're just handing people, these kids, things they don't know how they work, and they also didn't tell them how they work. And so they're all just like miming weird, like, that technology that's literally as old as they are or older, and they don't know how. It's just so fucking funny.
I love it.
It's like
amazing.
It's like a minute of trailer and all of it's wrong somehow.
Kyle,
like,
where are you?
Rules.
Oh, is the world back open?
Yeah.
Everyone's just like
Yeah.
clean and normal. Like there's no like goth kids or like juggalos or people that are sagging or wearing shirts 3 times too big or anything like that. Like,
Do we associate
Whoa,
juggalos
whoa, whoa.
with
They
2002 now?
I was gonna say
you can't. I'll have you know that during that time period, juggalos were also considered terrorists, domestic terrorists.
I'm just
so
saying
they would not be located.
there's no like weird kids. Everyone is the same, like colorful, like generic clean costume. They
Yeah, that
just have-
sounds about Hollywood.
They just have like money shots of just being like, these people have wheelies.
Right.
These people, and I'm like, wheelies in high school? Wait.
The reason why I never loved Heelys, I got a pair once, and I was like, these are going to be awesome. I was in like 6th grade. I was like, these are going to be awesome. And then I realized that the wheels don't like retract into the heel of the shoe
you
very
have to
well.
walk in them.
So you'd have to walk in them or take them out, and I immediately like fell out of love with them. I was like, there's
Yeah.
no point in having these. These are useless.
I
These
think
are
the only people who put up with
footwear.
Heelys were fucking elementary school kids, not the age, what looks like the middle school or high schoolers that are in the, in the video.
All right, so
I think as a high schooler, I would have had them.
It's just
there
very-
were definitely people at my school that had them into high school and stuff, but like they always would like use them between classes, and then the moment that they sat down, they'd take the wheels out, and then it would be like, all right,
Yeah.
well, just like, come on, this sucks. I hate this. I cannot interact with this pulley, which means my interactions are fucked up probably. That's a bummer. Oh no, they're fine now.
I'm reminded of when I just had when I had a scooter in elementary school, because that was when scooters just like took off for a while.
I haven't seen a lot of like film and TV properties do 2000s era nostalgia yet. It was like Turning Red was the first big one.
Yeah, I've seen a few things. There's a lot of like 2000s era. I wouldn't even call it nostalgia, just like 2000s as a period piece stuff on TV, especially right now. But the thing is that it's really hard to do the 2000s as an aesthetic, especially for nostalgia, because
There's something underneath
like,
here.
Yes, that's where we want to go. The reason why it's kind of hard is because like aesthetically it's very weird, and that time period has like a lot of modern sensibilities that we would
Huh.
I judged
think of.
incorrectly. I thought it was gonna be high enough.
Yeah, when you said we, I was like, that looks really far down. I was like, I don't.
Yeah. I watched him jump off. I was like, oh, buddy. Like.
It's fine. Everything's fine.
Oh yeah.
I like lagging behind everybody.
I'll send it back up for you. There you go. Just to be sure, yeah, there's nothing down here. I remember this dungeon, this under dungeon, being particularly fucking annoying because, these enemies.
The fucking cat's here.
Oh yeah, hell yeah. No, I was kind of stoked to do these guys.
Oh my god, he has so much health. God.
Yeah, we got this.
That's true.
Nope.
Oh! Oh, he do a lot of damage.
God, Frozen Lightning
Angry.
Spear is so genuinely terrible. Oh.
Burn, cat. Burn.
He's gonna spin.
Alright.
Oh, we got him.
There we go.
Burn, kitty, burn.
Oh.
Right? That was a noise.
There's a lot of ice around here.
Andrew's auditioning to be the third
Did I hit it?
iconic stock scream.
No.
That would be great.
No, it's too far for me to hit.
Oh, my kidneys.
Oh, I got frostbit instantly. Damn.
Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah, there was no chance.
Uh-oh.
Oh, isn't that just one of those normal traps? I can just shoot it down, right?
Yeah,
yeah.
I've just been trying to hit it because I don't have the. I don't have a range weapon.
Yeah.
I guess we could have used Margot's Shackle. That's stupid. I should put that on my. Oh!
Don't step on it. Just careful.
Can I Dragon Bolt to get rid of this?
Andrew's dead as fuck in here.
I did die, yeah. Yeah, there are 2 of them, and they beat me up. They beat me up bad.
They'll bleed you. They'll do it.
They cut you up all over your body.
All over your bodies. Get a cut up on
Yeah, I
your
think
body.
the frostbite I had.
Oh, there's another one.
Yeah, I'll shoot it down.
My souls, yoink.
Ka, you mentioned you were watching Agatha all along. Did you finish it?
We got to episode 6. It was really good so far.
Yeah, it's pretty solid. I like it a lot.
I
just
knew
couldn't
it.
remember if you finished it or not.
Not yet. We were doing
Beat
3
this wall
episodes
up.
a week on
Come
our
on,
last
guys.
part.
We got this.
I fucked up and watched things out of order.
What do you mean?
I accidentally watched Doctor Strange before watching WandaVision.
Gotcha.
Yeah, that does spoil it.
Uh-oh.
Can he frost himself?
I'm gonna
The world
frost.
shall never know.
Ow. Oh, stop it. It's coming back up. Ow.
Grind him. He's grinding.
Gotta get him. Oh.
Don't hit me! Oh. That's gonna hurt. Yep.
Oh, I'm in pain.
Watch out. Things back up.
It's just going up and down continuously.
Yeah, there's nothing we can do about
God.
that.
Oh god.
Nailed it. There we go. Bye-bye, Dumby. Ooh, what's in the box?
Fire Monk
Fire Monk.
Ashes. I don't know if this is... Yeah, this one I don't think has the secret exit that I was thinking of. So I think we're done with this place, maybe?
Maybe.
No bosses?
No, there's a boss upstairs.
It's shooting underground. You see
It's shooting
that?
underground.
Whoa,
That
yeah, what the
terrified me.
fuck?
Yeah, I was not
Chill
expecting
out,
that.
man.
That's great.
That's scary. I fully expected to still hurt me. We knocked it up and
excuse
down
me,
so many
cold
times that it
toes.
glitched out. That's exactly where you would get frostbite. That's bad.
Is there a hidden wall around here?
I really thought there was. I was
Yeah.
hitting walls here earlier, but
I
it's not.
remember this section being longer than it is. I don't know why.
Me
Yeah.
too. We might both have the same false memory.
Yeah, hold on. I'm gonna look this fucking.
Yeah. Yeah.
If only these darn assets weren't so similar.
Right.
Yeah, no, it's just a dead end. Interesting. Okay.
Weird.
Okay.
Feels
Yep.
wrong.
It does feel wrong, but we did it. We finished it. I looked at a 3D
Yeah.
map of the of the place to confirm how many layers there were. Yeah, we can just teleport to the top. But yeah, there's not much else going on right now, TV-wise, I don't think. Agatha All Along was the only thing I was really watching weekly right now. Oh, and Dawn to Dawn, but that's different. That's
I'd only watched the
Donadon's
first.
So good.
I only watched the first 2 episodes of Agatha so far, and I was really not feeling it. But a lot of people whose taste I usually trust, we seem to really be enjoying the show later on. So I was like, all right, I'll stick with it. I'll watch more. But I don't know.
Yeah.
First couple episodes in, I was just like, I don't know.
I mean, I think if you dislike the aesthetic and the kitsch of it, you're not gonna like it.
I think I kind of I don't know that it was working for me so well. I mean, it was kind of
How much
funny.
do you want to see Catherine Hahn vamp?
Yeah,
Well, that's
she's
the thing. That's the thing is I do like her a lot, right? Like I liked her a lot in the WandaVision show, so I thought I was going to be fully on board with that because she does rule. But it was still kind of
Big
I
whip.
don't know.
Big.
It was
whip.
kind of funny. The second episode was them trying to gather all the witches together or whatever. It was just again, it's the type of thing where I'm like, okay, there's definitely viewers who are going to find this funny because it is funny, but they're very conveniently everything's coming together really quickly, and just one walks in the door, and it's like, oh, you're here suddenly, and she's like, yeah, I used to be a cop, and I'm just like, oh, I'm like, what is it? Like, what is happening? What is this writing? I also couldn't with like the boy early on, like, I just so like. He does a thing where he uses like deceit to like really like hold over the head of one of the witches about like why she needs to join the thing, and then later on he's like really being like, can I have your autograph kind of moment with her, and I was just like, what is the tonal like whiplash for me was a bit all over the place. I was like, are they writing this kid to be goofy? Does he have any convictions? Like, I don't know.
I would say if those are your concerns, you can definitely stick with the show and you will get payoff that makes you feel better about it. And that's not me saying like it justifies it and there's like a lore reason. It's more me saying like you will understand the things that the show is trying to do if you it's one of those things like WandaVision where the first few episodes like are doing a cool thing that is very visible, but then the rest of the show reveals it was doing other things that are also really interesting and just kind of slower burn. I've been rewatching it because Brewing wanted to watch it, so I watched it as it aired, and then now that it's all out, he was like, I want to watch it. So we started rewatching it last night, and I was genuinely pretty like, oh, this is really interesting going back on a second viewing, because there is like a lot of stuff that you learn as the series goes on that like recontextualizes things and like makes you appreciate some of the legwork that they did. I think that's the reason why a lot of people are very positive on it compared to a lot of other Marvel stuff, especially Marvel TV lately. People were pretty universally positive on Loki season 1 and 2. I finished Loki season 2 and really, really liked it and like where that show was going. But like, I'm very happy it ended where it did because, and Torrent just threw himself off a ledge. And I am on a death plane and I am not dead. That was weird. I was very happy that Loki ended where it did because going any further than it did would have been like a huge mistake, I think.
I've also watched Deadpool 3 without seeing Loki.
That doesn't matter too much. That's fine.
Yeah.
I was just like, I recognize this location from a commercial once.
The thing, Loki is very good as a series, like not just as a Marvel thing, like it's actually good TV. It feels like a return to like the way that, for example, FX did like Legion. It's like it is very not Disney feeling MCU. It feels like a team that came together to make a cool thing that happened to be in the MCU. There's a reason why people really like it. It is very, very good TV. WandaVision is the same. The creative team behind WandaVision went on to make Agatha.
Your pedicure is finished.
And as a result, WandaVision and Agatha like feel very cohesive, and they're very clearly trying to do specific things within like a framework that just happens to be connected to the rest of the MCU. And I think that's one of the reasons why people really like Agatha so far, and or why they like the show, I guess, up through its conclusion, is because it ends very well as a show about the person that it was trying to be about, and it does like a very singular thing. And there's like a lot of payoff, a lot of setup that like other shows didn't really get to have when they were trying to just like do their thing. And it does like a lot of setup and payoff in a way that like other Marvel shows just like haven't really been able to do, either due to their short run times or just kind of being filler media, right? So I think a lot of
Falcon
people
and the Winter Soldier, most beloved Marvel property.
I think altogether, I would put Agatha up there. I mean, it is up there with WandaVision in terms of just like being it still feels MCU. It feels like something that you can be invested in with those characters that you like, but also is just a really solidly well-made show that doesn't feel like it was just a movie that was like cut in at arbitrary parts and then aired over the course of 6 weeks. Like,
right.
It is a solid TV show that knows it's a TV show that's writing it to be a TV show. And like, that's a breath of fresh air, I think, for a lot of people. And it is the most successful Marvel show on the platform. So
she's here.
It worked.
Yeah. I will stick with it.
Yeah. I mean, I think
it could very well be the type of thing too, where like even if things don't recontextualize, where I still feel like I didn't like how they handled this in the first couple episodes. Just knowing that people like where it goes too is like reason to keep watching. So
now, granted, you might not like the actual twists and turns and things that happen in it. Like the writing might still bother you from like that perspective, or like the color of it. But I think at the end of the day, the thing that like people are really happy with it is that it ends in a way that is very true to itself and doesn't feel like just like the outcome of the Marvel machine, which is cool.
Gotcha. Yeah, no, that is good. That's important.
So, all right, let's talk to Millicent. If it will let me, I have to sit at the bonfire.
Yeah, I gotta sit at it now.
I'm just here for Aubrey Plaza, man.
She's really great in it. She was great in Legion. She's great in this.
I'll hold that Aubrey Plaza thought. We'll talk about this. Talk to
After Millicent.
Yeah.
To think we'd meet in such a place. What could your purpose possibly... No. I know well enough who you are. And what I know is good enough for me. Call upon me again. In battle. Should you have the need. I'm searching for a fort to the north of the ruins. I heard the master of the fort was given a medallion that allowed him to visit the Halig tree. Indeed, I believe that is where Melania will be found. The Halig tree is hidden somewhere in these northern lands.
So yeah, she's going on her way to the Halig tree to find Melania. She's, again, still just tracing Melania's steps.
She's gone.
It's really all there is to know.
Aubrey Plaza's an Agatha all along.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I need to see it.
Yeah.
Agatha All Along is the gayest Marvel show by like a very significant margin.
Yeah, absolutely.
They straight up just like can't air it in territories where they would normally edit stuff out because it is just openly gay with multiple characters being on-screen gay. Like,
Man,
it's very.
They know
cool.
their audience. You can't do a thing about witches without making it for gay men to an extent.
I just really like Aubrey Plaza.
Yeah, so I
Sorry, fans.
I watched that.
Fix your country.
I watched that Megalopolis movie.
Oh, you did? You saw it?
Yeah, yeah.
I didn't realize she was in that. That's interesting.
Yeah, she's in that.
I went to go see it. I was hoping
pop star in that.
No, she's not the pop star. She's like related to the. She's pulling stuff to rise in the ranks and achieve power, basically. But yeah, it is so. I was hoping the movie was gonna be like so bad it's good, and it almost was. Maybe, you know, like I don't know. It was a bizarre fucking spectacle. But anytime Aubrey Plaza came on screen, I was like, yes, let's go. Like,
She was great.
she's great, and it's just like the movie kind of sucked, so it just like it made it more entertaining anytime she showed up because her character was kind of ridiculous too, so that just made it more entertaining.
Yeah, she's a lot of fun. She's a great actress. She is excellent in Legion, and I'm really glad that Feige like saw that and went, all right, we need to use her. We need to use her for something in this because we're wasting her not being in the MCU.
She was pretty good in a movie that came out like a year or two ago where she just does crimes, just like off the street. She just kind of breaks bad.
I saw that in a movie theater completely by myself.
Yeah, that's a good movie.
Megalopolis or
No.
the movie?
The one that Keith's talking about. I forgot the name of it already.
I think it might just be like her name, the criminal, like Emily the criminal or something.
Emily the criminal. I think that's right. Yeah, I saw that because my boyfriend had to go to like DC for a work related thing.
It's a
and it was just kind of
low-scale
like
Aubrey Plaza vehicle.
We got to go this way.
Was that just like found footage of her actual daily life?
Yeah, exactly. Behind the scenes on Broke Girls. Is that the show she was on? I've actually seen the show. Any of the sitcoms she's on.
Aubrey Plaza was on Parks and Rec. That's the show that she was.
That's the main one I recognize her from. Yeah.
Was she not also in Broke Girls?
No, that's Zoe Deschanel.
I haven't seen.
Or no, not Zoe Deschanel. Jessica Jones. What's her name?
That makes more sense because
right?
they actually play
Isn't
similar
that-
characters.
I don't
Am I
know.
thinking
Zoe
of the right
Deschanel is
one?
definitely on one of those shows, but I get those shows mixed up, so I don't know.
Zoe Deschanel is in New Girl. I thought Kristen Ritter was in Two Broke Girls, but maybe I'm thinking of a different show. Hold on, let's figure this out.
Kristen Ritter was in Don't Trust the Bitch in Apartment
Two Broke
23
Girls
or
is
whatever it's
Kat
called.
Dennings.
Kat Dennings.
There we go. That's what it was. I knew it was one of the Marvels.
She was already in the MCU.
Yeah, she's the quirky
She was in
girl.
WandaVision.
Yeah, she was in WandaVision. I knew it was one of them.
It's such a big ask to watch a sitcom.
This is a crazy conversation. I have no idea who any of
Here's
these people
your
are.
fucking 8 years of show to catch up on. I'm like, no.
Kilgrave from Jessica Jones was one of the best villains that any of these things ever had, and it wasn't in a proper MCU thing, and I just find that funny. I'm like, yeah, you already did it.
Jessica Jones
it's
was
MCU
so
now.
fucking
Yeah.
It's
good.
MCU. It's like backported MCU or
To
whatever.
this day,
but-
I'm still mad that they didn't like. I feel like during one of the post-credit scenes or something, they should have shown like the MCU show characters getting snapped during Infinity War.
Mm-hmm.
They should have acknowledged that universe at all, because it still felt so separate. And I'm like, Jessica Jones is my favorite part of your universe that isn't Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah.
They had David Tennant.
Awesome. They had David Tennant, and he was so fucking good in that role. It was so good.
I love that first season of Jessica Jones.
Oh, yeah.
I try my best not to think about the next 2 seasons. Of
No.
Jessica Jones.
Yeah, it definitely drops.
Or the rest of that entire universe of shows, basically.
Daredevil was okay.
Daredevil's fucking excellent.
Daredevil
is good until the exact moment the Foot Clan shows up ever, and then it just because the Foot Clan just makes the hand, I guess. Sorry, the hand makes literally every story bad that it's ever in. So that's why
true.
It's like that's why the second half of Daredevil, I think season 3 or whatever, is bad. It's why all of Iron Fist is bad, because it's all the hand. And it's why
Iron Fist is bad for more than just that reason.
But the only good part of Iron Fist is the cold close.
Yeah. It's also why the Defenders is bad, because it's all the hand again, and Sigourney Weaver can't save it.
This is a very specific thing, but in the Iron Fist, there was like a flashback of like his parents dying in the plane crash or whatever. I think they called back to it like more than once.
There we go.
So he has this scene being like, "I love you, Danny." That's like all corny, and I just like in my head imagine an alternate edit of the show where like anytime like he's looking pensive or like things are going rough, you just like cut back to that flashback repeatedly, like 10 times in a single episode. That would be just like fucking incredible.
Like, I know there's obviously a million other things wrong with Iron Fist, but I'm just saying that you do a Venn diagram of like the parts if you chart the parts of the Defenders universe that are good or bad, and then you chart the amounts of them that have the hand in them, it's almost a perfect overlap.
Yeah, I mean, and granted, I think that the hand sucks in Daredevil season 2. I still think Daredevil season 2 is a more watchable show than like 95% of the Netflix Marvel stuff. But Daredevil season 3 is so good that it's easy to forgive. It is the best season of Daredevil, and it is the best Marvel TV show that they have made.
That fight scene with the what's his name, just like in the office building where he's like getting staplers and shit thrown at him, and it's just like it's so like that fight scene has more tension in it than like almost every fight scene in any like MCU movie. Like, it's just like,
they hired the same team for Born Again, and I'm fucking excited for it. The fights in that show are going to be unbelievably good.
Hell yeah!
Did they cancel the Jessica Jones Luke Cage show that got mentioned at some point?
There was never a Jessica Jones Luke Cage show that was actually going to happen. You did, yeah. Well, people thought they were going to eventually. No, not yet. They haven't mentioned it. We need everyone to stand here so that we can do the quest for you, Keith.
Yeah.
Juno Haslow.
Oh, I didn't even see it.
I'm here.
Oh, well, then where's Illusory?
Oh, I'm here
he's
too.
Here. He's invisible.
I guess you're invisible. Okay, cool. Unable to invade, all wanderers must be present.
It's working though.
Working for me.
Yep.
Oh, now it's finally working for me. Okay. But yeah, Daredevil season 3, so fucking good. And Born Again confirms that the show, that Daredevil, as far as we know it, did happen. Maybe not in the same exact way, but it's the same cast, and the events are referenced in the trailer for Born Again. So,
and he did show up already in She-Hulk.
Yeah, he showed up in She-Hulk and in Spider-Man and in all those shows. So I think Miss Marvel as well.
I know I've said this in front of at least a couple of you before. Hopefully I'm not repeating myself within the context of the Elden Ring stream, but I've definitely had like a pitch for like how MCU could revitalize and make people excited again. And it's going to sound overly simplistic and reductive. Make really good action movies. That's it.
Yeah.
That's all you got to do. I that's really the core. It's kind of a funny thing because like superhero action is definitely a genre in and of itself. If you ask me to recommend you a good action film, I would probably not recommend like almost any superhero films, right? Like that would be like further. I wouldn't even think of them.
I remember hitting what's it called? The Winter Soldier, I think, or whatever it was, like that, like the second Captain America film. I'm like, oh, wait. This is cool. Like cool stuff's happening all of a sudden.
Yes.
Because until then, it would always be like, oh, the Hulk is fighting Bad Hulk, and they're fighting in the lake, and there's I think there's lightning.
In the Winter Soldier,
invincible things keep punching each other, and they're made of CG, and eventually one of the punches works, I guess? It's not fun to watch. You get the feeling that, like, Captain America might actually be maiming people, right? Like, it feels intense, the whole shootout sequence with Nick Fury, like, just everyone trying to come kill him. I thought that was pretty cool. You guys up.
Like, you get scenes where, like, someone gets hit by a car and it has weight to it and it looks like it hurts, right? Which is just, like, not the vibe of a lot of other action scenes in those movies. And I'm just like, does ground me action again, like, make it scary? You know, like, make it look like, all of the best action scenes are the ones that have some weight to them and you feel like someone might die or get seriously injured or something like that. And they don't do enough of that in their movies.
Oh, fuck.
You have, what was that one, Shang-Chi or whatever? That's just like yeah, it was just like it had some cool stuff in the first half of the movie and some cool set pieces, but then at the end of the movie, it's just like a CGI like action thing. It's just like, okay, you lost all the weight, and it's just like like
I'm like, ooh, food dogs, and that was like my last moment of joy in the entire film.
The fact that Blade is in like a development hell seems like a really bad sign to me. Because I'm like, oh, that's where you should have gone all out and just made a really good like action movie. Like, what are you doing? But like, you know, who knows? Maybe they'll figure it out.
Yeah,
maybe he was right in Deadpool. There will only ever be one Blade.
Yeah, I think there is.
You put a curse on the production in that moment.
I think one thing I do think that the action in Deadpool 3 is pretty solid, just from like a stunts coordinator perspective and stuff like that. Like that's a series that's always been kind of known for that. So I think that is a good thing. That it's one of the reasons why that movie did as well as it did. But also, with regard to Blade, this is something that like a lot of people I think are nervous about because a lot of people really want Blade to be really good. And I think it makes sense to hear about like, oh, the movie's gone through development hell and can't find a director and has been rewritten a million times. The important thing to remember about Blade is that even though they keep putting it on a release calendar, it's never actually fully entered production. So it is much better that this is happening now, and there's a chance of the movie being
planning that it might start. It's not actually in development.
Yes. Right. It hasn't hit production hell mid development. That's the important
mid development. Exactly.
Yeah.
It's in development hell. But
Blade being in that movie is made even funnier.
He was the best part of Luke Cage.
Yeah.
Mahershala Ali.
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
Mahershala Ali.
He was Cottonmouth.
Yes, he was.
Come here because he was the villain in the half of the season that had a good villain, right? And then the second half had a shitty villain.
Yes, he was a good villain.
Like the show just actively just shits itself. You're like, no, this is a horrible change.
Yep.
The weird Luke Cage's brother or whatever.
Yeah, that did not work at all. That show had a good start, and then it did not work.
All right, I unlocked a...
Yeah, that's the guy who's supposed to play Blade, was the good villain. So it's just like, yep, he's a great actor. Like, definitely don't fumble that. What are you doing?
Yeah, Blade
up on the cliff. Sorry, go on.
I'm just saying, just Blade being in that movie is made funnier when you remember that Ryan Reynolds was also part of, like, Blade's crew in those movies also, because he was just fucking everywhere back then.
Yeah. That was his first big breakout role, if I remember correctly.
I saw it censored, so he just keeps saying, like, you fruiting fruit, like on daytime television, like it was dubbed over.
He broke out for, like, other things, but that was his first big, like, action role, if I remember correctly, was Blade Trinity.
Yeah, because I think I knew him before then from Van
over
Wilder.
Here. Turn around, everyone. Over here.
Don't cross that bridge yet.
Yeah,
I mostly knew him from, like, 100 Van Wilder reruns. Comedy Central loved that movie.
Oh my god, they did. And then they got their hands on the sequels.
Van Wilder, Office Space, more Office Space.
We gotta talk to these folks. Let's talk to Gold Mask first.
Aren't you?
He's a quiet one. Now we can talk to Corin.
Somebody feed this boy.
Nice to see you. I can't believe you've come all this way. I've been gripped by a terrifying thought. The rhythms and calculus of the Master's finger betray a suspicion of the holism of the Golden Order, a conceit, I am afraid, that cannot be overlooked. Oh, but how could this be? I dread to even entertain the possibility, but somehow I cannot cast aside my doubts about the Master. Tell me, have I simply lost my head? Only, if the Master were true to the Golden Order, why would he think to breach this forbidden mount of fire? Oh, Master, put my mind at ease. Dispel these fearsome thoughts. I want to place my trust in you, to be your
So, obviously, Corin has heard the horrible truth that Goldmask has believed in, and he's kind of quaking under the fear of that. Now, the reason why he's so shaken, even though he's kind of a con man, is because he has been persecuted for his beliefs. He is now worried that his position and his ability to basically become, this scribe of the noble Goldmask and regain honor and make his name. Goldmask doesn't believe in the holism of the Golden Order anymore. He wants to transcend it, and he understands now the kind of facade, the horrible thing that Radagon and Marika kind of jointly mean. And now Corin, instead of being based and being like, wow, the thing that oppressed me was wrong and evil, and Goldmask is based and cool, and I should get rid of all of my suffering and forgive people, Corin freaks out because he's worried that he's going to be persecuted again and that he won't be able to get famous off of this like he thought he would and get back into the good graces of the church. So he's very shook, and that is where this quest leaves off for now.
He is lame.
He's super lame.
Goldmask was cool as shit, though.
He was cool as shit. He's super based. I don't think we have anything immediately now. I do think we need to go back to Volcano Manor at some point, but Illusory, this is time for you, isn't it?
It's about there.
No, it's time.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I could go for like another half hour if we wanted. But, I mean, this isn't a bad stopping point, too, though. We just did some event stuff, so, because I don't know, like...
That would probably be best just for my recordings perspective.
Yeah,
but
let's do that, because we weren't, like... Yeah, because we would have to get to a whole new area and find a dungeon or something.
Oh, no.
Yeah. Yeah, we can stop here.
So, we have some other stuff to explore right over here to this side anyway that we can just jump into next time, so...
Sounds good.
Yeah.
What could go
All
wrong?
right, banish all of you.
I've been banished.
Well, goodbye, everybody.